in this fixture, and the coach is brought in to
Rigobert Song, Rigobert Song and Otoado, they are in the same stratosphere. The Cameroonians don't think very highly of Rigobert Song.
The guy who surprises most is Otoado.
Well, like I'm saying, I have a few Cameroonian friends. They don't seem to rate Rigobert Song highly at all. In fact, a lot of them think that Rigobert Song is getting national team jobs because he and Samuel Eto'o are friends. You know, Samuel Eto'o is FA boss in Cameroon, so he also has his own critics over there. So I mean, look,
probably because he also has been given a lot of time. He's
been given a lot of time. They pay him a lot of money. And you know, he was a legend during his time. Cameroon captain, big reputation. If you go to Cameroon,
these guys are wanting to do football. The pressure at Cameroon and the pressure at the Central African Republic wouldn't be the same. He wins it over Ghana. That's big news for.
I mean, I'm looking at their fixtures and they haven't won all year.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't won their last 13 years. They've gone 13 games without winning.
They've gone. And I mean, as far as just this qualifies, they've gone on an 8-game winless streak.
Ghana is the perfect opportunity for them to change the narrative, isn't it?
To be honest, and to lend credence to what you say, a lot of teams turn up when they play Ghana. I mean, look, you don't always come up. You don't always line up against. If you look at the group, we are the biggest team in the group. You line up against Madagascar. You line up against the likes of Mali, who are a pale shadow of themselves. You line up against CR themselves. It's not Comoros. We have the biggest reputation in the group, and I dare say we have the most informed players on the continent. So. On the day, that should count for something, but that also motivates CR towards playing.
No, I get that. But we could have 2 games left, and we could be playing Egypt and Morocco to qualify. We have games against Central African Republic, who haven't won the whole year, and we have games against Comoros. As if we don't get into our own heads, if we don't get complacent, we should be booking our place to the World Cup today. By halftime, we should already be in the World Cup.
Let me see if I can get a few messages and I'll get back to you. 0549986996, 0549986996. A few of you have been sending in your thoughts, just sending your predictions. We'll be too happy to read them out. It's the World Cup qualifier. It's 2 more games to go. After this, we have 1 more game and then it's a wrap. So let's see if we can make things happen. Ghana's former captain Asamoah in the shots there. He, alongside former captain Stephen Appiah, traveled with the team. And Appiah is seated by the motivational Keto Kreku.
He's gotten a new post now. You should be adding that.
Randy Abe is in the building.
He's a big one.
He is Cocoa Board CEO. It looks like he's found some time.
He's an executive council member.
Come on, the GFA. He's found some time to cross roles to do his thing.
A lot of positions. An executive council member of the FA.
I'm telling you, the Black Stars are coming out onto the tunnel. Yeah, you can see the reserves coming out to take their place in the dugout. So that means that kickoff is almost upon us. We are just about 9 minutes or so away from kicking off. But let me take your thoughts on the legends.
You didn't say that. There's another legend in your picture.
Let me see.
John Pinto.
Those are the technical team members. So I mean, I wouldn't even. I mean, in
your good friend Henry Asante
in his own right. Oh, Mr. Hart. Yeah, Mr. Hart works hard during these times. He has a lot of pressure when these games come around. So it's good to see them in the shot there. Dr. Pambo as well taking his seat, and that looks like a very chill bench from all indications. Doesn't look like there's a lot of pressure, but when the ball, when kickoff happens, everything
they look
else,
like they're ready for vindication. Like I said, everything needs to go.
I will only believe it when I see it. To be honest, when it comes to the Black Stars, I don't do hypotheticals.
Especially countries that are ranked a little bit into close to the 150th by FIFA. You know, in the Coca-Cola ranking, the FIFA rankings, they are on 140 now. I mean, this is a country that's moved from 202 on that position and risen through the ranks up onto this. Well, we are 87th. You know,
which is nothing to write home about.
We used to be much better.
We used to be a footballing nation, you know, 80 something. That's crazy.
Just on the legend.
Not only 75th now. They say 75th now. The latest rank is 75th for Ghana. So I mean, and that's not quite pleasing us. So because we pride ourselves to be the country that's going for our 5th World Cup, isn't it? And we would have to be that country that's teaching the central part of Africa how to play football. But we're going to play. Well, of course, they've had the opportunity to beat the Angolans and what have you. You know, so they are a side that are learning football, hence getting someone like Rigo. I mean, if you have a former Cameroon coach as your coach, that's upping your game, isn't it? And it all plays well because this is a side that was invited by FIFA in 2024 to be, part of the FIFA Series tournament. And if you are not growing properly as a football country and the inclusiveness of how FIFA want to make football, in recent times, you won't be having the opportunity to have an invitation from FIFA to be playing part of its series organized. So we can't write off the Central African Republic. We are Ghanaians and we still think we are the Black Stars. Of course we should be, but we are not. I'm sorry, but playing against the Central African Republic, we shouldn't be complacent. No.
No complacency. Talk to me about the legends in camp. What do they bring to the table? How do they make this an easier task for the guys who are playing?
I think they can speak to them based on experience, because most of the people who are standing there have been there, and you have Stephen Appiah and Asamoah Gyan. And in terms of the Ghana's biggest football moment, that's probably the penalty that was missed against Uruguay. These are two people who have been at the most pressure moments ever. If the Ghanaians on the bench think this is pressure, they have not yet experienced what real pressure is when they get to a World Cup. And at least Stephen Appiah is there at least in an official role as a member of the Black Stars Management Committee. Asamoah Gyan hasn't yet been given an official role with the team, but I think for at least the last 3 camps he's been there, he's been given them
ambassador at large.
He's been doing a lot of jama and just little things to make get the squad up to standard. And I feel like at least while they themselves are still getting, because there are new players that are coming in all the time. I feel like while they are still getting used and getting acclimatized to how Ghana wants to play, all the standards that we are trying to achieve. Initially, I thought it might be pressure, because every day, especially there was the first one of the camps when the players came around and then the president came around and then the sports minister came around, and it felt like everyone was just trying to tell them the same thing but from different sources. Yeah. This is a bit better. Now you are listening to people who have been there, who have done it, who are also there in different roles to just be there if they need to guide you. I saw when Thomas Asante came, they shared a really nice moment with him and Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah.
And even though you couldn't hear what he was saying, you can clearly tell all he's saying is that, Charlie, this is
this is it.
Yeah, this is it. You are here. Forget everything that's happened before. You can make yourself a legend here in Ghana. Forget everything that's happened before. And that can only go on to help the team. As long as they don't feel the pressure and they're able to go out there, as long as they see people that they can go to when things are not going well or when they feel like, And we also have to mention the fact that the head coach is also adult. So maybe these are also people who are able to provide different tactical advice for them, at least personal advice for how they can also improve their game in correlation with the team. So I think it can only help the team. It can only help Ghana get better.
Let me get into the starting lineups for the Central African Republic, and then I will take predictions before we head to the first 45 minutes of this all-important encounter. So, Moril Stefan Abimala is the goalkeeper. They have Kenny Beisa, Donald Bangangbi, Noah, Kevin Ato Zandanga. He needs to look into his lineage because he might have some Ghanaian blood in there. Mustafa Jime, there's Delphin Mukonu, and then there's also Ghislaine Mungide, Christian Yawanenji, Sydney Chininda, Axel Uri, Siroboko, and Eugene Ganazu. So we don't have the starman in there, Jeffrey Kondogbia. I'm sure he's probably telling himself that these games are meaningless at this point. They've been losing all these games. So what's the essence, really, of coming home to play in these matches? But we'll see how it goes. That's the lineup out there. Let me just take predictions from you guys. I'll take about a message or two. The anthems are happening as we speak, and then we will head to the first half. Manuel, let me start off with you. Starting
4-0.
4-0. Oh. Wow, I see. Abeku.
Charlie, I had a dream we played 1-1, but I don't want to pay attention to that. I feel we should
follow your dreams. We should win by
3-1.
3-1. Okay. I will keep my prediction to myself. Let me get into the messages. So 2 of them have come. Raymond Decoder inside Tema Community Forces. Good afternoon. CAR0 Ghana 3. Ejaba in Sekina in Accra says, Ben and team, I have seen 2 goals from Sebo and Pate. Joyous Coach Otoado and big front page news. It is number 6 tomorrow. Okay, I see what you're doing over there. Lineups are done. Anthems from the anthem from Ghana is done as well. Let's get into the action. Edwin Kwakofi and Yao Jamie Ta will take over for now. First half, CAR versus Ghana coming up.
Win, win, win. That's been the message all week from Ghanaians to the Black Stars as they look to banish any memories of the disappointment that accompanied their failure to qualify for the AFCON by going one better, qualifying for next year's World Cup. Standing in their way today, perhaps only ceremonially, are the Central African Republic. The Black Stars are one of 3 African teams that could book a place at the 2026 World Cup today, but unlike Cape Verde and Egypt, a win might not be enough. Not without a little favour from familiar foes. Understandably, our focus will be split between this game in Meknes and the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium in the Ivory Coast, where Madagascar look to keep their hopes of a first ever appearance at the World Cup finals alive against Comoros. Black Stars boss Otoado came under what some might call deserved criticism after the team's failure to make it to the AFCON. That pressure has somewhat eased but not disappeared completely as Ghana hopes to make it to the World Cup. But the former Ghana international will relish any opportunity to silence his doubters by becoming the first head coach to lead the Stars to 2 World Cup finals. And to ensure that happens today, he's named a strong side. He's made one change from the side that played in their win against Mali at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Black Stars revert to a back 4 with Benjamin Asari retaining his place in goal behind the back line of Gideon Mensah, Mohamed Salisu, Alex Jiku and Caleb Uenchi. In midfield, Kwesi Sibo stays with Thomas Partey. Abdul Fattah Isahaku is an attacking replacement for Jonas Ajete, alongside in-form Antoine Semenyo and Mohamed Kudus. Up front is Jordan Ayew, who has 6 goals in the qualifiers, including 3 against these same opponents in Kumasi last year. We'll bring you the Central African Republic lineup in a bit, but I'm doing this with Yao J. Minta, who joins me for this game. Let's hear from my summarizer. Yao, how are you doing? Well, I'm doing great. You just heard the lineups of the Black Stars. What are your impressions of the team Otoado has put out today for such an important game?
Well, yeah, it is a very important he starts Otoado, that is, he starts Abdul Fattah Isahaku and Ali Seidu, and try as much as possible to get this job done by beating Central African Republic convincingly and sealing Ghana's place at next year's World Cup, and ensure that those 2, since they are recovering from ACL injuries, do not have any kind of participation in the game against Comoros, because I see that game once we qualify to the World Cup as more or less a party kind of game where we can have fun, we can enjoy ourselves, but to ensure that we have these players available to us going forward, we should as much as possible try to ensure that they stay away from the bad pitches that we have, to avoid any recurrence of the injuries that they suffered. So I'm impressed with the fact that Abdul Fattah Ishaku has been named in the starting lineup. I'm a bit concerned that Gideon Mensah is still starting for the Black Stars in this game. I was expecting Ebenezer Annan to be given a nod ahead of Gideon Mensah, but maybe Otoado has seen some good performances from Gideon Mensah in training, and he believes that he still has something to prove, and that's the reason why he's giving him the nod ahead of Ebenezer Annan. So aside that, I'm okay with the lineup.
That was Yao Ejimenta giving us his first thoughts as the match has already started. We are 1 minute into the game. The Black Stars have the ball in all yellow, playing from left to right against the Central African Republic in all blue, playing from right to left. Not an impressive attendance at the stadium in Meknes, obviously, because both the Central African Republic, who are supposed to be playing at home, and the Black Stars of Ghana playing away from home in a neutral-ish venue in this World Cup qualifier. Of course, a win would take the Black Stars even closer to World Cup qualification, their 5th World Cup if it does happen. The ball is with the Central African Republic goalkeeper, Ufegami. He plays it over to the left side to Zukani. Zukani plays it forward to Grothe, who is dispossessed. Off goes Mohamed Kudus down the right hand side. He checks back, keeps the ball, plays it back long all the way to Mohamed Salisu, who finds Gideon Mensah down the left hand side. Mensah plays it forward towards Antoine Semenyo. The ball was too long and is cleared out for throwing to the Black Stars. Otoado pacing on the touchline. Of course, he knows how important a win would be for him and the Black Stars. Yeah. All throughout the week, there's been talk about Otoado being the only coach to guide the Black Stars to 2 World Cups. Do you think him getting the Black Stars there would erase all the negativity that surrounded the team? As the ball goes in, but it's cleared out for a corner kick. The referee actually has pointed to a corner kick, and the Black Stars almost taking the lead through a long throwing, which has become a mainstay in a lot of European games, yeah.
Yes, it has, and it's more or less a homage to Tony Pulis's Stoke City, and so and the likes of Rory Delap, looking at how important the long throwing has become. We've seen some teams bag late winners through this route, and it's become part and parcel of the new form of set pieces that we have in the modern game. And so it's all about the evolution of the game, and yes, throw-ins have become an important part of it. A
good routine pass to Kudus Mohamed, who tries to beat one player, loses out, and the Central African Republic have a chance to counter. Ball beyond the center line, but the Black Stars defense stifles them. Jordan Ayew finds Kwesi Sibo in midfield. Back to Jordan Ayew, who crosses the center line, approaches the final third. The Central, he plays it out of play as one of the Central Republic players is on the ground. He needs some treatment, but a good opportunity for the hosts, in a sense, to counter against the Black Stars.
Yes, and it was directly from a corner kick. A corner kick that, yeah, the idea was good, but the execution left a little much to be desired, because the idea was to square the ball or play it very short and have Mohamed Kudus run onto it and meet that ball with his left foot, he being a left-footed player, and have him meet that ball and more or less bend that ball into potentially into the net or have a shot at goal. But he wasn't able to execute that, and off that miss, or he missing out on retaining possession, yeah, Central African Republic had a chance to counter. But I love the fact that the Black Stars were able to regroup defensively and quickly close down that space in behind and shut down that counter-attack.
Mohamed Salisu has the ball in the Black Stars' own half, passes forward to Gideon Mensah. He checks back, passes to Thomas Partey in midfield. Wonderful pass to Thomas Partey. From Thomas Partey to Gideon Mensah. He beats one man, but the ball is cleared out for throwing right alongside the Central African Republic box. A throw into the Black Stars. 5 minutes played, almost 6 minutes actually. Throwing on the left-hand side for the Black Stars, which will be launched into the penalty box by Antoine Semenyo. And he throws it in. There's a scramble in the box, but the Central African Republic gets it away. Another chance for a counter. It's 3-on-3, but the Black Stars again stifle everything, and Gideon Mensah plays it forward, finds Jordan Ayew on the left-hand side. He has Antoine Semenyo beside him, passes to Antoine Semenyo, but he is dispossessed. Semenyo does get a foot back in. The ball is with Jordan Ayew to Gideon Mensah. Now Kwesi Sibo in midfield. Finds its way all the way to Mohamed Salisu in defense. Gideon Mensah has some space down the left-hand side. He puts a long cross in, beats everybody, almost ends up with Abdul Fattah Isaaku, but it's cleared out for another corner for the Black Stars, this time down the right-hand side. A short corner. Ball is with Mohamed Kudus. He beats his man, puts a ball in right-footed. It's deflected out for another corner. Consistent pressure from the Black Stars from these corners, but you'd expect them to make more use of these set pieces. Mohamed Kudus will take this corner, left-footed and in-swinger from the right. A number of yellow shirts in the Central African Republic box looking to take advantage of this corner. Good cross in. It goes straight through the defense and out for a goal kick down the other side. A disappointing end to
a sequence
really
of corner kicks.
Really
a sequence of corner kicks. Out of what, 3 corner kicks in a spell of a minute, and Ghana couldn't utilize any of those corner kick attempts. I would have expected them to at least trouble the goalkeeper or had him work a little bit. But in all 3 instances, there was a little bit of a communication gap in there, and they didn't seem to be on the same page, and the ball was just allowed to roll along without anyone necessarily attacking it. And so that's a little bit underwhelming, a little bit disappointing. But so far, I think the pressure from the Black Stars is encouraging, and hopefully they sustain it long enough to be able to get a goal this early in the game.
Abdul Fattah Isaaku with a good ball back to Kudus Mohammed. His shot is easily saved by the goalkeeper of the Central African Republic, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. But a good sign that the Black Stars have already got a shot on target in this game.
Yeah, but that shot isn't beating any goalkeeper unless it's a terrible mishap. But because it was straight at him, he didn't have enough venom behind it. There wasn't enough bend on it, and so he just made it an easy catch for the goalkeeper.
Absolutely. I mentioned in my intro that the Black Stars are one of 3 teams that could qualify from the African continent to the World Cup. Today, Cape Verde have already played in their game today, and they drew 3-3 against Libya. They needed a win to qualify automatically. Now they can't seal qualification in their second game or their final game of the group stages against Eswatini over the weekend, but Cape Verde missing out on an opportunity to qualify for the World Cup today. The other team is Egypt, and they play. Their game is currently underway at the moment. They lead by 1-0, so Egypt already on their way to another World Cup.
They are playing against Djibouti, so it is to be expected. And we're looking at the fact that they are this close to qualifying to the World Cup, and you're playing against Djibouti. You should expect them to come with all seriousness and use their overwhelming quality to just run over Djibouti and get all 3 points to be able to officially qualify to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So I'm not surprised that this early in their game against Djibouti, they've already picked up a goal in there, and they are well on their way to winning the matchup.
Not much action in Meknes in the game between the Black Stars and the Central African Republic since that Mohamed Kudus shot, which was routinely saved by the goalkeeper. While in the other game, Comoros and Madagascar, it's currently goalless. 9 minutes played in that game. The results from that game have huge implications for Ghana, and Jordan Ayew has a shot from the edge of the box. It's blocked quite comfortably and ends up with the goalkeeper, Yufe Game.
But that was a good pick out from Gideon Mensah. I mean, he being able to trick the defense to go deep, and but have the awareness to be able to catch the ball back and find the Jordan Ayew in a case of space with no one beside him. Yeah, that was a very good pick out. It's just that the control from Jordan Ayew was a little bit off. Other than that, he would have been able to turn and open his body up and be able to attempt a shot at goal.
Well, the permutations for today, the Black Stars could secure a qualification to the World Cup if they win against the Central African Republic and Madagascar beats Comoros. The Madagascans have taken the lead against Comoros in the other game, so they lead by a 0-0. Pressure on Ghana's Black Stars to respond in kind. It's currently goalless here at Meknes between Central African Republic and Ghana, but Madagascar lead against Comoros by a 0-0. Yeah, worrying times for the Black Stars.
Well, looking at how things pan out, I mean, all we Ghana would have to do is to ensure that they win this game or one of the remaining 2 games in the qualifiers, and that will be pretty much it. I think with Madagascar, realistically, they are inching or aiming at the playoff spots as one of the top second-ranked teams in the African qualifiers, and so I think realistically that's what they are looking at. But in theory, you can never rule out Madagascar from qualifying to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, because at the end of the day, there's still a chance. Once the game has not ended, there's still a chance. But realistically, like I said, out of 2 games that Ghana has left to play, including this one, all Ghana needs is a win. And yeah, you would definitely bet on the Black Stars to at least pick up a win in one of those 2 games, and that would be it in terms of qualifying to the World Cup. So realistically, Madagascar will be aiming at getting one of the playoff spots from Africa. But in theory, yeah, they are getting the job done to see if the football gods will heavily smile on them and get them to sneak in behind and qualify to the World Cup ahead of Ghana.
Well, it's 13 minutes played at Meknes. The Black Stars are still drawing goalless with the Central African Republic. Ball in midfield with Kwesi Sibo. He plays it back to Alex Jiku. Jiku finds Mohamed Salisu in the Black Stars half. Places it across the center line to Gideon Mensah, who checks back, holds onto it and finds Antoine Semenyo. Good passing from the Black Stars. Thomas Partey with the ball. Tries to find Antoine Semenyo, but the pass is too strong, and Central African Republic come away with it in midfield. Great pressing from Mohamed Kudus, but the referee felt it was too strong and awards a free kick for the Central African Republic in the middle of their own half. In the game between...
I think he got really lucky. That was quite a soft foul, and the referee, I think he was quite lenient with the Central African Republic team, because Kudus made a good tackle. He easily retrieved possession without necessarily being overly physical with his marker. And so for me, that was a soft one, and the referee gave Central African Republic a get out of jail card right there.
Well, one team that's not leaving anything to chance is Egypt, and they are 2-0 up against Djibouti. So Egypt almost all but securing a place at the 2026 World Cup in Canada, USA, and Mexico. 14 minutes played here between the Black Stars and the Central African Republic. Some labored attacking play from the Black Stars. Finds his ball way to Abdul Fattah Isahaku down the right-hand side. He plays it to Kudus Mohammed, who's down the touchline. Kwesi Sibo back to Caleb Urenchi. Abdul Fattah Isahaku beats his man. Now he makes a run. His ball across is cleared for a corner kick. Another corner kick from the Black Stars, but we are finally starting to see Abdul Fattah Isahaku take up the ball and run at defenders, which he is best at.
I would love to see a little bit more support in the wing areas, because we saw Abdul Fattah Isahaku. He had 3 defenders in the vicinity where he was operating at, but there weren't enough guys running beyond him to offer an alternative passing option.
Ball put in by Kudus, and Mohamed Salisu gets his head to the ball, but it ends up going out for a goal kick. I think he should have made a stronger connection with that ball. He was in some space, no challenge against him, but he heads it wide out for a goal kick.
Yeah, that was quite disappointing. Like I was saying before, I would love to see a bit more movement ahead of the ball carriers, and because there was this instance for Isahaku, but on the opposite side, there was Gideon Mensah. He didn't have enough men running beyond him. He didn't have enough support where he could have those quick touch and go passes just to create that triangle and be able to get past the overload from the defensive standpoint from Central African Republic, and it made the build up a bit laborious, as you said, and they had to just square it backwards, and it just didn't make the build up fluid. And so I would love to see the players from the Black Stars run ahead of the ball carriers to provide passing options for the ball carrier.
Well, so far 17 minutes played, is still goalless between the Central African Republic and the Black Stars. Madagascar lead Comoros by 1-0. As it stands, the Black Stars have 20 points. Madagascar will have 19, so 1 point difference as it stands with the current state of play. The ball goes out for a throw-in to the Central African Republic down the left-hand side. Well, speaking of the Central African Republic, they are currently 5th in Group I with 5 points from their 8 games. They've picked up only 1 win so far, and it was against Chad, who drew with the Black Stars a couple of games ago, 1-1. But they have endured some horrendous form. They've lost or not scored in their last 5 games. In fact, they've not scored in their last 2 World Cup qualifiers.
Their last 4 games, they've lost 3 and they've drawn 1.
Yeah. In their last 2 World Cup qualifiers, they lost 2-0 against Madagascar and against Comoros. Kudus Mohammed picks up the ball, plays a long ball forward, finds Abdul Fattah Isahaku down the right-hand side. His first touch let him down, so he has to check back and find Caleb Rienchi. Back to Kudus Mohammed, who pops up in the middle of the park. Beats his man, tries to find Abdul Fattah Isahaku, takes him a little wide, but Fattah Isahaku has supporting Caleb Rienchi. His ball in is headed out for another corner for the Black Stars. Some decent play for Mohamed Kudus, who's dropped deep a couple of times to pick up the ball and make things work for the Black Stars.
Yeah, he's dropped deep and he's been able to control affairs and try to spread the play around a little bit, take on multiple defenders, just to create space for his teammates. And so that's good heads-up play from Mohamed Kudus. It's just that the passing has been a little bit overhit, in the sense that you look at Fattah Isahaku run, it looks like he's still working his way back to full sharpness. He's not as explosive as he was before the injury, and so the passing has to be a bit more accurate to be able to hit him in stride and for him to be able to get the ball into the box for Jordan and Antoine Semenyo to attack.
5 corners already for the Black Stars. And a big chance from another corner. Mohamed Kudus will take it. He puts the ball into the box. And it's headed in! A goal for the Black Stars! Mohamed Salisu heads in a corner from Mohamed Kudus. And the Black Stars lead against the Central African Republic by 1-0. Joy for the Black Stars as the World Cup beckons. A lead that they definitely deserve based on the run of play. And based on the number of attempts they've had at corner kicks. And this was delivered right onto the forehead of Mohamed Salisu. There was a warning earlier when he headed wide. But this time it was straight into the back of the net. And the Black Stars lead the Central African Republic by 1-0.
Yeah, very good cross delivered by Mohamed Kudus, and very aggressive play from Mohamed Salisu. And it wasn't just him, it was also Alexander Jiku in that vicinity. And that tells you how quality across Mohamed Kudus delivered, because he was able to pick not one but two of his teammates inside a very dangerous spot inside the penalty box. And kudos to Mohamed Salisu for attacking it and showing that level of aggressiveness to be able to get his head to the ball and direct the ball into that net. It was a powerful header, well delivered from Mohamed Kudus with enough pace, proper direction, proper trajectory, and it was just a textbook corner kick, and that's what you need to be able to breach this deep defense from Central African Republic.
Well, it took 5 attempts, but the Black Stars finally make one corner kick count. Mohamed Salisu finding the target for Ghana. And what it means is that Ghana are currently on 22 points as it stands. They remain 3 points ahead of Madagascar, who also lead Comoros by a 0-0 in the other game. What this means is that the Black Stars will need a draw against Comoros at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday to guarantee qualification to the 2026 World Cup if things stay as they are. Kudus finds Thomas Partey in midfield. The ball ends up back with Mohamed Kudus to Abdul Fattah Issahaku. He cuts in, drives into the center of midfield, finds Kwame Sibo, who plays it out wide on the left to Gideon Mensah, puts a ball in, a weak cross that is dealt with by the car, as I will refer to them from now on, defense. Mohamed Kudus beats his man in the penalty box, puts it across, but it's cleared for another corner for the Black Stars. Mohamed Kudus in the thick of affairs yet again. He got the ball from a pass from Thomas Partey, beat his man on the right hand side and puts the ball across the penalty box, but it was cleared by the car defender, who put it out of play for a corner kick. This time will be taken by Jordan Ayew. Surprising, because the last corner kick that was taken by the Black Stars was put in by Mohamed Kudus and resulted in a goal for the Black Stars.
Maybe they are changing their routine just to throw the Central African Republic off.
An outswinger by Jordan Ayew, and did it cross the line? The referee says no, it didn't cross the line. It was cleared off the line. And the final shot by Kwesi Sibo lands on top of the net. The corner by Jordan Ayew was headed by Kwesi Sibo, cleared off the line.
Yeah, that was a good call.
A good save by the goalkeeper. But Sibo's
for a second they looked like it had crossed the line.
Yes.
For a second they looked like it had crossed the line, but yeah, clearly from the replays it didn't cross the line. So that was a good call by the ref. I don't think we are using VAR in these circumstances. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we are not using VAR in these circumstances. So the call from the ref can pretty much undermine some of the results that some teams might record. And so yeah, it is important to stress that without VAR, the officials need to get their calls right, and in this instance, they managed to get it correct.
Alexander Jiku clatters into the car attacker in the center of the Black Stars' half. It's a free kick for the home side, about 35 yards away from goal. Are they going to take the shot or put in the ball across into the box? It's easy for Benjamin Asare, who grabs it very comfortably, and now he can count things down for the Black Stars. Throws it across to Caleb Urenchi at right back. He plays it across the pitch to Mohamed Salisu, Ghana's goal scorer. Forward to Thomas Partey in midfield. A calm pass to Caleb Urenchi, who does the defender, leaves him groveling on the floor with a good piece of skill. Ends up with Kudus Mohamed, who runs at the players. Oh, he finds Antoine Semenyo, whose shot is saved by the goalkeeper. A big chance for Antoine Semenyo to put Ghana 2 up, but the goalkeeper saves.
Yeah, it was an offside call anyway, but it was meant for Jordan Ayew.
Yes, and Probably if he had got to it, he would have been onside.
Onside, yes. It was meant for Jordan Ayew because clearly Antoine Semenyo was in an offside position. Jordan was the one running from deep, and so he was onside. But unfortunately, again, the final pass from Mohamed Kudus, it was a little bit too heavy, and it just ran ahead of Jordan Ayew and forced Antoine Semenyo to attack that ball, which ended up being flagged offside anyway.
26 minutes played in Morocco. It's the Central African Republic 1-0. The Black Stars won. A little excited there to talk about the Black Stars leading in this game, but they do lead in this game. The World Cup edging ever closer for the Ghana national men's team. The ball on the halfway line with Mohamed Salisu. He plays it forward to Gideon Mensah. Has some space down the left-hand side. Tries to find Antoine Semenyo in the middle. His pass is cut out. And the Central African Republic tries to play a long ball forward. Gideon Mensah comes back and takes over. Thomas Partey runs past his man. His pass is not accurate. And Carr have the ball again in midfield. They play it down the left-hand side. Back in defense with Fordo. He plays it across to Gambo. Gambo to the right hand side to Yangao. Central African Republic probing, trying to find a way past this Black Stars defender. Long ball forward, trying to find Namganda. And he reaches it, but good defending from Caleb Rienchi to recover the ball. In fact, it went out of play before he cleared it.
Yeah,
so
I think Caleb should have been a bit more decisive and cleared the ball out of play. Safety first option. I think he should have picked that option. But he decided to try to ward off the Central African Republic guys and get a goal kick for Ghana. But they were able to just sneak in and nick the ball off the line and force him to concede a throw-in. Very, very close to the Black Stars penalty box, so that's quite dangerous.
A long throwing by the Central African Republic cleared by the Black Stars, and this could be a counter. Abdul Fattah Isaku wins the ball. He's off down the right hand side. He checks around his man, tries to pirouette around the second, loses the ball, and Carr have the ball back.
He should be able to trust his right foot a little bit better, because it was right there for him to just attempt a crossfield pass with his right foot. If he wasn't too confident in his ability to bend the ball with his right foot to get Jordan Ayew in on goal. So attempting a crossfield pass with his right foot would have been a better option and a much simpler option. But he went in for the extravagant skill of a pirouette and not trusting his right foot enough, and we ended up losing possession.
The Central African Republic tried to attack by Kwesi Sibo. Wins the ball back in midfield. Alex Jikup clears it long, and it ends up back in the half of the Central African Republic. They take the ball, and their captain, Pirua, has the ball in midfield. It's won back pretty comfortably by Thomas Partey. He finds Gideon Mensah down the left-hand side. He has space to run into. Passes to Jordan Ayew ahead of him. Jordan checks back to Antoine Semenyo, plays it across the pitch to Abdul Fattah Isaaku. The ball is taking off him, and it's on the left-hand side for the Central African Republic. Fattah Isaaku remains on the pitch, seems to be rolling in agony after that tackle. The match is stopped, so Fattah can receive some.
That pass was a bit under hit from Antoine Semenyo. If he had delivered enough pitches on that ball, on that pass, Isaaku would have been able to get in ahead of the defender and rolled the defender in the process, and in that sense get or face the Central African Republic goal without any defender immediately closing him down, because he would have shaken that defender off. And so the pass was a bit under hit, and it needed to be right on point, but unfortunately it wasn't.
We've played half an hour in Morocco. The Central African Republic have already made a change. Namfe Parfait Namsona already taking off the pitch. In his place, Kenny Basse is on for the Central African Republic. But the Black Stars have the ball. Kudus Mohammed again in midfield. He's a delight to watch when he's running with the ball. And the ball is kicked out of play, but the referee blows for a foul to Ghana. And there's a yellow card that's been awarded to Ulangbe. Number 13, Ulangbe for the Central African Republic. Walenge, rather, for the Central African Republic. Gabriel Walenge, who brought down Mohamed Kudus down the right-hand side. A free kick for the Black Stars halfway into the half of their opponents. Of course, they lead by a goal to nil, 31 minutes played. As it stands, the Black Stars will only need 1 point against Comoros to qualify for the World Cup, because Madagascar are leading Comoros by a single goal to nil in the other game. Also half an hour done in that game. The ball played forward, cleared easily by the Central African Republic, finds his way to Abdul Fattah Isaku down the right-hand side. A bit of a mix-up, but it does end up with Caleb Urenchi. He passes to Fattah Isaku. His ball over the top. Finds Jordan Ayew down the right-hand side. A couple of step overs. He passes to Kudus Mohammed. Mohamed Kudus retains possession of the ball even though he has a man on him. Cuts back and then finally plays it all the way back to Kwesi Sibo in the center of the Central African Republic's midfield. It finds his way all the way to the left-hand side, where Thomas Partey tried to play in Antoine Semenyo. First time didn't go through, but Semenyo does recover the ball. Gideon Mensah on the left-hand side comes centrally. Ends up back with Abdul Fattah Isaku on the right-hand side. He takes a shot. Trademark and Abdul Fattah Isaku, but this time it ends up over the bar.
Yeah, he was always going to take that shot because it lined up for him in his favorite spot. He loves scoring from that particular range, from that end of the field. And so once it lined up for him, you could bet your money on it that he was going to have a shot at goal. And it was a good attempt. It just flew over the bar. But at the end of the day, it was an encouraging play from the Black Stars. The way they were able to work it from one end of the field to the other and ensure that they spread the Central African Republic defense quite thin over the entire surface of the pitch. And so that was an encouraging move from the Black Stars. And yeah, good attempt at goal from Abdul Fattah Isaku.
Well, this game before kickoff was built to be a David versus Goliath affair, with the Black Stars considered so much better, with more quality players than their opponents. And based on what we've seen from the start so far, that's how it's turning out to be. The Black Stars already lead by a goal to nil, leading possession by 63% to 37%. They've already taken 6 shots at goal. 4 of them have been on target, and maybe we might have one more as Kudus Mohammed's cross into the box finds Thomas Partey, but his shot is way off target.
Partey should have been able to do better with that.
Jordan Ayew fouled for a free kick right outside the box.
Partey had more time than he realized, and maybe he wanted to hit it one time, but that wasn't the best option. I thought he would control it with his left foot and let that ball rip with his right foot, but he opted for a first time finish, and he ended up absolutely making a mess out of it. But good recovery, defensive work from Jordan Ayew. He managed to sneak in ahead of the Central African Republic player and got himself fouled by poking the ball ahead of him. And yes, Ghana, from messing up a good opportunity, now has another opportunity to double its lead in this game.
Ball put in to the penalty box, but it's easily cleared by the Central African Republic. And now they have a chance to attack, but Salisu gets to the ball first and hoofs it all the way back to the car goalkeeper. As I said, David versus Goliath affair so far, one-sided for the Black Stars. But one lesson we can learn from that David versus Goliath story is that you never count out the underdog. A misplaced pass for Fatal Isaac, tries to find the net from almost the center line, as he did with Leicester City over the weekend. And again, it ends up over. Actually, this time it ends up over the bar. At the weekend, he had more success as it hit the crossbar. But a decent attempt from Fatal Isaac.
Yeah, decent attempt from Fatal Isaac. He is coming into his own. This is the Fatal Isaac we've known all these years, ever since he broke out with the Black Satellite under Karim Zito, and he being able to get this far. Yes, it is quite a trademark shot attempt from Abdul Fattah Issahaku, and it's good that he's getting himself more and more involved in this game. And yeah, he's one of our best players and a true finisher with his wicked left foot. And so I'm pretty sure the more attempts that he gets at goal, the better his accuracy will become.
Well, we are 37 minutes in to a crucial game, match between the Central African Republic and the Black Stars of Ghana. The Black Stars lead through a goal by Mohamed Salisu from a corner taken by Mohamed Kudus. Another assist this season for Mohamed Kudus. That will make it his 5th or 6th assist this season.
Well, he has 5 assists in the EPL, and so this will be his 6th.
Ball put in. Oh, a miss by Alex Jiku. The two centre backs combining. The free kick was put in towards Mohamed Salisu, and he headed it across goal for Alex Jiku. But he blazed over the bar when it seemed like he would hit the target at the very least.
He had a lot of time and space to be able to get his body right and to be able to execute that. In that instance, you would want, let's say, Semenyo Mohamed Kudus in that position, and not necessarily Alexander Juku, because of the ball striking technique those guys have over Alexander Juku. But that's a big chance Ghana has wasted in an attempt to double its lead in this game. And look, goals will be crucial, because goal differences will be a huge determinant in the rankings, as in which teams qualify to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, especially looking at how things are panning out in that game between Comoros and Madagascar.
38.5 minutes into the first half. The ball is with Abdul Fattah Issahaku on the right hand side. His ball aiming for the head of Antoine Semenyo just finds the goalkeeper's arms. And yeah, there's something I want to ask you about. Antoine Semenyo has come in for a lot of criticism for his performances for the Black Stars, even though he's been outstanding for Bournemouth. How have you seen his play in this first half so far?
So far, he hasn't impressed so far, and that heavily ties into his level of involvement in the game. He hasn't necessarily been heavily involved in the game. There were 2 instances where the passes to him, because he was on the run, the passes to him were overhit, and so he couldn't latch onto those passes to be able to create something. But the instances where he's had the ball at his feet, his dribble hasn't come off, and he's lost the ball on those opportunities. And so for me, he hasn't looked impressive. He has been quite below average at this point in the game, and he will need to get himself involved. Even if his dribbles aren't falling as he would, I mean, getting himself involved in the game would help out, because of how much of a physical presence he is in the game, and his level of energy. Once he's involved and he's running all over the pitch, taking defenders along with him, opening spaces up, it helps the team entirely in totality. And so even if he's not himself, as in being able to beat 2-3 guys, as we saw this past weekend for Bournemouth in that matchup against Fulham, at least he being able to make those runs, get himself involved, will be able to get things working well
Long
for the
ball
Black
over the
Stars.
top, finds Jordan Ayew in the penalty box. He tries to clip across into the 6-yard box, and Antoine Semenyo, who you were just talking about, heads wide. It was a difficult chance at a difficult angle, but given the form he's been in for Bournemouth, it actually hit him in the chest.
Yeah, it just came at him and he just hit
And
him
went
in the chest.
wide.
There was no chance for him to be able to adjust his body and direct that ball at goal. And Kudus, yes, he's played 7 games in the Premier League this season for Spurs. He has a goal and 4 assists, and four assists, and so this assist will make it the 5th assist that he has so far in the 2025-2026 season. And it has been a very solid start. Looking at all the statistical categories that he is bossing, he has been a very impressive start, and as it has been for him in this game.
A chance for the Central African Republic, but again, Alex Jiku steps in and steps out with the ball. Ends up with Kudus Mohammed, who plays back to Mohamed Salisu. And staying with Kudus Mohammed, he seems to be focused more on creating more for his teammates, including in this game where he's had a couple of really good passes to his forward line. Do you think he's more focused on assisting rather than scoring, or at least creating chances for his teammates?
Yeah, I see it, and I've seen it right from day one that he played for Spurs, and when he set up Richarlison on those 2 goals that Richarlison back. And I see it as a sign of development and a sign of improvement, that he's not focused on he just beating 3 men and having a shot at goal, but rather he's focused on beating a couple of guys and setting his teammates up to score the goal. And that's what you want from your most creative player, your most talented and your most creative player. If he's able to have that awareness, that's super great. And I see it as a sign of development, and it can only get better for Mohamed Kudus.
Risky play from Benjamin Asare, who played the ball around the attacker. Lucky enough, he kept his feet and played it up front where the Black Stars are attacking. Abdul Fattah Isaku on the right hand side, up against the left back. His shot is very weak and ends up in the arms
that
of
was
the
quite
goalkeeper.
disappointing. He had 3 Black Stars players up against 2 Central African Republic players at the back post. Once he cut in onto his favorite foot, all he had to do was just deliver an in-swinging cross, and those 3 guys would be able to attack it. And those are the opportunities that guys like Antoine Semenyo end up missing out, and overall it affects their performance in games like this.
Semenyo is down the left-hand side. He does well to win the ball, and now he's in the box. Plays it across, so the goalkeeper gets his arms to it to prevent Jordan Ayew from pouncing on what would have been certainly his 7th goal of the qualifiers. But good work from Antoine Semenyo, as you were talking about, Yao.
Yeah, he needs to get himself involved, because even if he's just throwing his weight about, his body about, it will have some ripple effects in this game. Because look, the kind of form that he is in right now, look, any move that he makes, even if he drops his shoulder, the Central African Republic team will react, because they know how dangerous he is. And he playing in the world's greatest football league, yeah, it comes with its own level of aura, level of respect. And so if you are timid and you are not involved in the game, yeah, you get your opponents to be a bit more confident. But if you are throwing your weight about, you are throwing your body about, you are getting yourself involved, tackling, running at the defenders, yeah, they will give you that level of respect. And like I said, it will have its ripple effect, and it can only be positive for the Black Stars.
44, almost 45 minutes played in Morocco. The Black Stars do have the ball, but most importantly, they have the lead. A lead that could take them to the World Cup next year. A lead that could take Otto Addo to his 2nd World Cup as Black Stars head coach.
Yeah. And that's some impressive stats, but like I've said several times, it's become a mantra of mine that, look, you need to look beyond stats, because who would have a serious conversation or a debate about whether this guy is the right man for the job after qualifying Ghana or a country to the World Cup on 2 occasions in in a conference or a confederation like Africa, which is very, very difficult. Trust me. The performance tells a lot beyond the statistics, and so we'll see. Let's see if he can get to qualify Ghana to the World Cup for the second time.
A chance to run at his marker. Takes a shot from the edge of the box and straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. We have 1 minute of added time, which is almost up, by the way. And I think the players are just playing for half-time. The ball is kicked into the air and the referee blows for half-time in this Group I game between the Central African Republic and the Black Stars. A corner kick from Mohamed Kudus found the head of Mohamed Salisu in the 21st minute to give the Black Stars the lead at the break. The golden lights of the USA, Canada and Mexico beckon ever closer for the golden Black Stars, who at halftime at the Stade d'Honneur in Meknes, Morocco, lead the Central African Republic by 1-0. Halftime analysis with Benjamin Nketiah, Bernard Abeku-Otre and Manuel Kwache coming up.
City 97.3. Accra.
Champions are made in the grind, in the quiet, in the storms that test their roots. But once a year, the champions gather, not to compete, but to ignite, to refuel, to rise higher. The arena is charged and the heavens move. Now, the wait is over. Happening this October 16th to 19th, when Champions Gather comes off at the KICC Dominion Center off the Spintex Road, Accra. Thursday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Saturday at 10 a.m. Sunday at 8 a.m. The theme, Rooted. Come and experience the dynamic and powerful ministry of Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Reverend Steve Mensah. Got teens and kids? We've got them covered. There will be homework support, PJ movie night, and Super Sunday fun. Free transport from Coca-Cola Roundabout. When Champions Gather 2025. Thursday, 16th October to Sunday, 19th October. Be there. Come with your family. Be rooted. Be unstoppable. Be fruitful.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is? Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there. Anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Ah, the sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lily rice. Lily rice, yenimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Hisense is best known for all your electronic appliance needs, such as television, refrigerator, chest freezer, and air conditioners. But did you know we have laser television, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphones, sound systems, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, just to mention a few. Hisense is the only electronic company in Ghana that gives you 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Visit any of our showrooms in Accra, also in Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuase, Sunyani, Techiman, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofodia to purchase any Hisense product at the best price. Hisense means best quality, best durability, best for energy efficiency, best for affordability, best for style, and best for technology. You can always get in touch on 0302 55 0000 or go to www.hisense.com.gh. We are also available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Hisense Ghana. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Hello, I am Teacher Jane. Are you Eric's mom?
Yes.
Well, today in class, he kept challenging me about a certain point for more than 5 minutes.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, Mommy. I love his confidence. Our world needs more people who can speak up. So well done.
Oh, thank you. Confident, curious kids will change our world. Nido is specially formulated with iron, vitamin C, and A. Nido, your love, their future. This advert is FDA approved.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is? Go straight. Turn left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there. Anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Ah, the sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lily rice. Lily rice, yenimno fritite. This advert is FDA approved.
Like a fiesta on my side, I'm all wrapped up. And all I think about is my pay. I get classic, I get golden, I get strawberry, also fruity. Of course, all not to take me longer. Skin to skin, oh no, no. All I need is my extra thing. Doing so day, so go for the glow up. And keep the vibe 100 with more party packs. Fiesta, fiesta, wrap it up.
Wrap it up with Fiesta condoms. Comes in 9 different variants to spice up your game. Available in any pharmacy near you.
Prevents STIs and unintended pregnancy when used correctly.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wrap it up.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. Is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
You could be the luckiest.
City 97.3 Accra.
Welcome back. Benjamin Nketiah in the hot seat. It's World Cup qualifiers, and it's Central African Republic taking on Ghana. It's 1-0 after 45 minutes. The Black Stars leading. Can't get a goal from Mohamed Salisu. The goal came from a corner kick. And since then, the Black Stars have had a few half chances here and there, Central African Republic as well have had their own moments too, but have not been able to convert. In fact, they are lacking quality in the final third of the pitch, and it's very, very glaring. The text and WhatsApp lines are active. You can send in your messages, and I'll be too happy to read them out. 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Manuel Kwache is in the studio. Let's go through that opening 45 minutes real quick. Ghana getting that all-important goal to settle the nerves, but the nerves don't look too settled regardless. I don't know what to make of that 45.
I mean, it's interesting. I think I've seen this a few times with Otuado, where it seems like the game isn't really going his well. In some way, somehow he pulls a set piece out of the hat. You're calling him what, Otto Terzic? I think it could be Mikel Otto, if we're being fair now, because it seems like he's worked on the set pieces. And
we've got a lot of corners.
If you even remember, I think,
which is very uncharacteristic of Ghana.
There was even a game where Partey got two, and I think both of them were for corners. Like we've had a run where we've scored a lot of set pieces.
Yeah.
So in one sense, I guess it's really good because it gets us out of a tight game. Like I said, we could be going into this game 0-0 with Madagascar already ahead, and then if Otto doesn't have a good speech at halftime, everybody comes in with nerves. But we go in. The other side of it is we have been able to take advantage of one of our strengths, and we go in with 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Like you said, the ball itself has not necessarily been very fluent or cohesive at all. I don't think they've been able to fashion chances. Fatau seems to like to go to his junction now. He's been trying that a few times, trying to see if he can replicate the trick. I saw him also try a shot from the halfway line. But he had one over the weekend too that he missed. But I think so that's he's trying to make something happen, which is good. But put together as a team, I don't think they're playing cohesively as they like. I like the way Jordan is leading the line. He's been able to buy a few minutes every now and then when they are trying to move up. I mean, but there's not a lot of pressure on us.
I have an alternative view of that Jordan. I saw one chance towards the end of the first half that I thought the ball rolled into his path, and ideally, I thought he should have gone first time. Yeah. But then he tried to hold up the ball and get others into play. While that's nice and all, I feel like sometimes like that type of delay allows your opponents to regroup defensively.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of long term, I think there needs to be a conversation. I don't think Jordan is going to be our striker going into the World Cup. And then beyond him, unless you play maybe Iñaki in that position, I don't think like we have an out-and-out proper number 9 who can get us goals if we're in a tight spot. And I think that's something that we need to look into. Yeah. But for this game, at least in terms of the experience that it brings in keeping everyone calm, especially now that we have the lead.
Yeah.
He would have been vital if we didn't have the lead and he was trying to rally everybody. But now that we have the lead, it's also important that he just lets everyone like chill, calm down, let's see this out. And then if by the end of the game Madagascar is still winning and we have to go to Accra to get something, fine. But yeah, so far it's okay.
So far,
football could be better, but so far it's okay.
Yep. Ghana have the lead. Let me see if I can read a few of your messages. I'll take final thoughts before we head back to that second half. You look at the Kwame Boedu from Labadi says that we are playing against a team who have not won any of their matches this year. Then we need to win tonight. We will not accept any result outside of a win. Go Black Stars, go Ghana. Mausi Ayebi says that Ghana is winning by 2-0. Okay, hopefully that's what happens, and the Black Stars can add a second security goal to make this comfortable next 45. But quick thoughts. I've seen something about the Black Stars, right? They either play a great first half and a poor second half, or a poor first half and a great second half. We are never fully great 90 minutes. Is that something that bothers you, and how do they guard against that in a game like this?
I wouldn't want to. I think unfairly, too many people go straight for Ado when there's a problem with the way the team play. I think I'll give it to maybe there's just sometimes it's not particular to our national team, but I'd say that maybe there's a tiredness. Given where these players are coming from, most of them are coming from Europe. It's only 2 players coming from the Premier League. So especially how they are not used to how the system works, and that's often more than not the temperature is often different to the ones that they're used to. Today in Morocco, it's a bit more it's easier for them to adjust. But when they're coming to have to play either in the heat in Ghana or in different conditions, I think it makes it harder for them to acclimatize. Where Otuado can make things happen is to look to his bench. So he's playing for Tau, he's playing Kudus. I think he has Kamal Dean on the bench. We bring Bonsuba a lot to these internationals, but since the Unity Cup, I don't think I've actually seen him have as much of an impact or play. So I think he should be able to look to his bench now and make changes. if initially he was, I would say that maybe in the reverse, he's slow to make the changes, because that's what happens. He waits until halftime to make the changes. That's why sometimes there's a difference. I think now he has a chance where we've played well. We've played a bit better in the first half. He has a bench full of players who are willing to come in and just help us see this out. So I think if he makes the right changes, at least this time, we should be able to at least maintain the way we are playing, maintain our consistency in the game and see it out.
Well, we need to maintain our consistency to see things out. The players are coming back onto the pitch. 0549 986 996. Those are the text and WhatsApp lines. Do send in your thoughts, opinions, predictions, feedback into the show. Yara Jamie Tai and Edwin Kwakofi saw you through the first 45. They're about to take you through the next 45 minutes. So let's get back to Morocco for the second half of CAR versus the Black Stars of Ghana.
After missing out on the AFCON and losing to Comoros, qualifying for the 2026 World Cup seemed improbable. Somehow Otto Addo and his men have clawed it back, and now missing out seems impossible. In form and beloved, Mohamed Kudus crossed, and out of favour and match maligned Mohamed Salisu delivered. Both players on the pitch for the Black Stars, just like their sunflower-coloured shirts. The Black Stars prospects for ending up in the USA, Canada and Mexico have never been brighter. The second half is moments away from kickoff. The Black Stars of Ghana lead by 1-0 against the Central African Republic. And the second half is underway. A long ball over the top ends up in the arms of Benjamin Asare, the goalkeeper of the Black Stars. He finds Alex Jiku, who plays it to Kwesi Sibo. Good ball around the back for Caleb Uenchi. Thomas Partey down to Gideon Mensah on the left-hand side. The Black Stars all in yellow, playing from right to left this time. The Central African Republic all in blue, playing from left to right. The Central African Republic have the ball in their own half. In fact, the goalkeeper has possession in his penalty box, plays it out to a centre back. Now it's forward down the right hand side. Jiku gets his head to the ball, but the home side retained possession in midfield just around the centre line. Antoine Semenyo wins it back, plays it to Mohamed Salisu. Salisu, ball down to Gideon Mensah, who plays it long, looking for Jordan Ayew. Too long, in fact, and he's brushed off the ball. The Central African Republic retain the ball in their own half. A long ball over the top is dealt with by Alex Jiku, and then Kwesi Sibo finds Gideon Mensah, who has to chase the ball a bit, but he gets it, passes to Mohamed Salisu. Gideon Mensah back to Salisu, and he finds Kwesi Sibo, who tips it over to Mohamed Kudus. His ball to the right hand side. It's a little too long for Abdul Fattah Isaaku, but Caleb Uenchi is onto it. He passes to Fattah Isaaku, back to Uenchi. His ball into the box is cut out, and it's a corner to the Black Stars of Ghana. Just 2 minutes into the second half, and we are already seeing a familiar pattern. A pattern that we saw in the first half. The Black Stars pass it around for a bit. Long ball over the top. Finds a man in space. And it ends up going out for a corner kick, which served them well eventually in the first half. Can they take advantage yet again? Kudus Mohammed on the ball. An in-swinger from the right-hand side. Eyes on Mohamed Salisu, who's got his head onto a few crosses from Kudus Mohammed. and also on Jiku, who probably should have scored as well. The referee has to intervene as the players shove and hold and pull each other. Kudus Mohammed forced to wait to play this ball into the box. His ball across finds the head of Kwesi Sibo, who, unlike his efforts in the first half, goes wide. He tested the goalkeeper in the first half with a header, but this time stooping to meet Kudus Mohammed's header, his cross rather, and it ends up going wide. It remains the Central African Republic 0, Ghana 1.
It should be 2-0 because that header was a free header. He had all the time in the world to position himself direct that ball into the net. Yeah, the tools were right there. Everything that makes a good goal or that should make a good goal, they were there. The ingredients were there. Good cross from Mohamed Kudus again. Kwesi Sibo's positioning was good. There was no one around him. All he had to do, there was enough power behind the cross. All he had to do was just direct the header, and it would have been the second goal for Ghana, and that would have put the Black Stars in quite a comfortable lead, because 1-0 is not a comfortable lead, especially looking at the permutations that are involved with goal difference being the key.
Another attack from the Black Stars, cross from Abdul Fattah Isaku on the right hand side, almost got to Antoine Semenyo, but he failed to control it, and it's out for a throw-in to the Black Stars on the left hand side, which will be taken by Antoine Semenyo again. Another long one into the penalty box. It's definitely a strategy Otoado and his technical team have hopped on, utilizing Semenyo's ability from the long throw-ins, which he has had a couple for Bournemouth this season. His long throwing ends up in the box, flicked on, and the Black Stars, oh, that should have been a second goal for the Black Stars. A long throw from Antoine Semenyo was flicked on by Mohamed Salisu and Alex Jiku.
Well, I can forgive him in there, because Abdul Fattah Isahaku got his head to the ball a little bit, and that took the ball a little bit off its trajectory, because Alexander Jiku had put himself in a position. He had lined himself up to just tag that ball into the net with the inside of his foot, but that little touch from Abdul Fattah Isahaku took the ball a little bit away from him, and the control got lost in the process from Alexander Jiku. So another big chance wasted by the Black Stars. 6 minutes into the second half, Ghana should have had 2 more goals in this game.
Well, a big chance missed by the Black Stars. Another big chance missed by Alexander Jiku. It's still the Black Stars of Ghana who lead by a goal to 0 at the Stade Lyonnais in Meknes in Morocco. The Black Stars have a chance. Thomas Partey dummies and finds the back of the net. Out of nowhere, that second goal comes, an insurance goal. A possibly World Cup qualifying goal. Thomas Partey scores the second for the Black Stars. He hesitated, he waited, and then he found the back of the net clinically. The Black Stars are on their way to the World Cup. If Madagascar fail to win against Comoros, or if they can't get a point against Comoros, but a pass from Jordan Ayew found a defender wanting, and Thomas Partey pounced. A great first touch, hesitated, and then put the ball past the goalkeeper for Ghana's second goal.
Yeah, a good goal scored by Thomas Partey. That's the hallmark of a quality world-class player, and the fact that he's scoring in these type of games, it makes me so much happy because it's in the clutch moments when the big boys really step up. Against Nigeria, when Ghana needed a goal, he was the one who scored the goal, got Ghana to draw that game, and Ghana qualified to the 2022 FIFA World Cup via the away goal rule at the expense of Nigeria. And he getting the second goal is also crucial to Ghana's qualification chances, and being able to maintain the lead, being able to maintain the lead so far. It will definitely help Ghana's chances of qualifying to the World Cup, because now it improves the goal difference for Ghana to 13, and that's crucial. Looking at what Madagascar are doing right now, they have a goal difference of +8, and so that's 5 goal difference. And what that means is, even if Madagascar ends up winning their game against Comoros, provided it stays with this result, or at this result 1-0, and potentially maybe Ghana has 1 or 2 more goals, that means that the gap is widening in terms of the goal difference, and it will just be too much of a gap, or too big of a gap for Madagascar to be able to score so many goals in their final game, and to be able to usurp Ghana to that automatic qualification spot to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So yeah, so far so good. Ghana hasn't conceded. Ghana has that insurance goal that ensures that it has a comfortable lead. But yes, to ensure that they pretty much bury this game, they should be able to score at least 2 more goals to ensure that the goal difference becomes just way too much or too big for Madagascar to potentially close out.
Ball is with Jimet for the Central African Republic. It's on the right hand side, trying to claw one back. They still have the ball. It's Babula who gets a corner kick for his efforts. But 2-0 down for them. 2-0 up for Otto Addo, who can finally take his seat after being up for the first half, much of the first half, and all of the second half so far.
Yeah, because he wanted that second goal. And looking at the way his boys were wasting the chances, you don't want to tempt the football gods. You don't want to tempt the football gods by wasting all those chances. We've seen it happen so many times where teams get so many chances, they waste them, and in the end, they end up dropping points by a loss or by a draw.
A chance for the Central African Republic, but a missed kick sees the ball cleared by the Black Stars defense.
Yeah, the defense went to sleep for a while, for a minute there, a second there. So that was quite concerning.
Yet again, Jordan Ayew losing the ball in a dangerous position. But Gideon Mensah gets it clear for a throwing. A few misplaced passes in the last few minutes for the Black Stars. Some lapses in concentration as the Central African Republic gain a foothold in the game. They're passing it around their defense. Beisa passes into midfield for Gambour, and it ends up in the arms of Benjamin Asare, who is actually heading to another clean sheet for the Black Stars.
Yes. I mean, he's the king of clean sheets, because you look at his time at Great Olympics, he was the one who led the Ghana Premier League in clean sheets. Then he moved over to Accra Hearts of Oak. Last season, he led them the Ghana Premier League in clean sheets, or he was one of the top goalkeepers in clean sheets recorded, and so it has become his hallmark. And having him or seeing him record yet, or at this point in time, yet another clean sheet, yeah, it's no surprise. He's just living up to his reputation as a clean sheet kind of guy.
57 minutes played at the Stade d'Honneur between the Central African Republic and the Black Stars of Ghana. 2 goals scored for the Black Stars of Ghana. The first by Mohamed Salisu, the second by Thomas Partey, who should feel very much at home in the yellow of the Black Stars. His team, Villarreal, plays in yellow as Kwesi Sibo's pass goes out of play. Central African Republic have seen more of the ball in the second half than they did in the entire first half. They pass it around to their goalkeeper, who kicks it long. Finds an unmarked player down the left-hand side. A very good pass from the goalkeeper. It's in midfield. Back in defense where Basse Zokana has the ball. Place it forward to Gambour. Gambour back to Fordo. Fordo finds his teammate in midfield. It goes back and then forward, back and forward, back and forward. Eventually they find themselves in the final third of the Black Stars box, and the shots by Babula goes well wide. Their first shot of the game. That was the Central African Republic's first shot of the game.
And it came off a very confident build-up play from the Central African Republic team. That was the first time I had seen them hold on to possession, hold on to the ball, exchange passes for over a minute in this game. And yeah, we saw the end result. It ended up being a promising attack that unfortunately phased out or fizzled out because of a team shot attempt.
I think we can see a switch from the Black Stars in terms of their mentality. They seem to be willing to allow Central African Republic have the ball as Semenyo goes on a run. Jordan Ayew touches it back to him. Semenyo finds Mohamed Kudus. Kudus turns away from his marker, beats one man. He holds on to the ball, finds Abdul Fattah Isaku, who plays a wonderful pass into the box for Kudus. His first time cross is cut out and cleared. The Black Stars retain possession. Fattah Isaku has a chance to shoot. He does take a shot. It's deflected straight into the arms of Ufagame for the Central African Republic. A ball forward.
Yeah, and you look at what is going on in the Ghana group. Look around as we are also paying attention to that matchup between Comoros and Madagascar. Madagascar leading Comoros by a goal to 0. It's still raining. It's been raining since they started the game. It's quite heavy rain out there, but Comoros are giving this a very good goal. They are giving it a very good goal. What that means is, what that means is, should they end up getting an equalizer or potentially going on to win this game, that would mean that Ghana wouldn't need to sweat too much about what lies after this game, even if it ends up winning by just 2 goals to 0. But yeah, that was a little bit of an injury scare to Mohamed Salisu, because he has been dealing with injuries to that particular knee, and so anytime he goes down and clutches that knee, then there's a little bit of a major concern in there. And you look at the other competitions or other groups too. So for instance, before we got into the studio to monitor affairs in this Ghana game, look, Cape Verde, they got really lucky. They got really lucky. Looking at the howler from the Libyan goalkeeper, that ended up helping them to get a 3-3 draw. Yeah, they got really lucky. They should have ended up losing that game.
Lots of misplaced passes for the Black Stars. Another almost results in a chance for the Central African Republic, but it's snuffed out by the Black Stars defense. Now Jordan Ayew has a chance to counter-attack for the Black Stars. He failed to make that pass to Abdul Fattah Isaku. Instead, he went back. And Mohamed Salisu loses the ball, but he manages to recover. He manages to recover just in time to prevent a chance for the Central African Republic.
The Black Stars can't get complacent at this time. They just can't. Until they score the third goal or the fourth goal, they can't get complacent, because even if you score, let's say, four goals and you concede 1, I don't think it will hurt the goal difference that much. But if you score just 2 and you concede 1, it affects the goal difference quite a little bit, and it just puts a little bit more concern in the qualification hopes of Ghanaians. And so the best thing to do is to register a clean sheet and score as many goals as possible.
Well, we've played 62.5 minutes at the Stade Donner in Meknes, Morocco. The Black Stars still lead by a couple of goals to 0. Jimet there for the Central African Republic was shown a yellow card for that horrible tackle on Mohamed Salisu. My opinion, lucky to stay on the pitch. But it's the Black Stars who have a throw on the left-hand side. Again, will be taken long by Antoine Semenyo. He just shares a fist bump with one of the ball boys. That tells you how confident the Black Stars are that this win might be in the bag. And subsequently, maybe on Sunday, World Cup qualification follows. But for now, they lead the Central African Republic by 2-0. Have a throwing down the left-hand side with Semenyo. Launches into the box again. The goalkeeper comes out, misses it, but his defenders bail him out.
What was the keeper thinking? Coming out like that and completely making a mess out of that.
A run through the midfield for the Central African Republic. Jimet tries to get past Gideon Mensah, couldn't succeed. And good defending by Gideon Mensah. A shot eventually comes through, but it goes past the post. Benjamin Asare had it covered.
A good attempt, regardless, from Central African Republic. But that run through the middle, it caught our defenders out. And we've seen it happen several times with the Black Stars under Otoado. Especially even in this game against Central African Republic. You remember the first leg that took place at the Baba Yara Stadium, the multiple times that their guys were able to run through the middle of the Black Stars. Yeah, that definitely needs some work. But for this game, that could be saved up for something subsequent later down the field, or down the line. But in this game, yeah, I think they are okay and they've been lucky a little bit, and they should just look to see out this game without conceding a goal.
Well, the referee has a yellow card out as the two sets of players go at each other. A tackle seems to have left one of the defenders, Basse Zokana, on the pitch. Jordan Ayew seems very unhappy. The referee still has the yellow card in his hand.
Yeah, they have been going at it. He has been going at it with the Central African Republic defenders because he's not happy that they are delivering some niggling tackles on the Black Stars players. And he has been going at them because at the end of the day, there's no communication barrier. He speaks French very fluently, and they are also French-speaking. They are also a French-speaking country, and so you see a lot of the French-based boys coming into the middle of this melee and having a word or two with the guys.
Well, Jordan has been yellow carded for the afters following a tackle from Zokana, which he wasn't too happy with. He just bumped into Zokana, who exaggerated his reaction.
Yeah, there was an exaggeration from his end because he made the clearance, yes. But at the end of the day, when he was going down, he held Jordan Ayew's head and took it down with him, and so Jordan wasn't too pleased with that because at the end of the day, he could have easily banged his head off the turf, and that could have easily resulted in, let's say, a concussion or a head injury, and so yeah, that's why he wasn't happy. But unfortunately, he reacted a little bit too impulsively, and yeah, the Central African Republic guy made a whole meal out of it, and yeah, Jordan Ayew has been good, but I don't think it will affect him that much.
Well, the scoreline is in his favor, so I'm not sure he'll be too upset about that yellow card. But we just got a look. we just got a look at the shot that was taken by Babula by the Central African Republic, which whistled past the post of Benjamin Asare, but he seemed to have it covered.
Jordan is having a go at the Central African Republic technical team at the bench. He's still not happy. Still not happy about how things stand out. Still not happy.
Well, Kudus Mohammed manages to win yet another corner for the Black Stars, this time down the left-hand side, which Jordan will take. That will be the 8th corner, I believe, that the Black Stars have got in this game. They did score from one in the first half. Trying to make it even Stevens in the second. Jordan will take this corner. The usual names go up. Mohamed Salisu. Alexander Jiku. Thomas Partey. The Black Stars do have some big players in the box. Jordan's corner goes in. It's headed in. And yes! It's a third for the Black Stars. He missed one chance in the first half. Missed another in the second. But it's third time lucky for Alex Jiku. As he heads home, a third goal for the Black Stars of Ghana. And this game might be done. 3 goals. Most certainly, almost certainly 3 points. And the Black Stars are eyeing a ticket to the World Cup next year. But the job is not done, as Madagascar still lead Comoros by a 1-0. But the Black Stars have to put themselves in a very good position to qualify for the World Cup. Alex Jiku with a goal. It's the Central African Republic 0. Black Stars of Ghana 3.
Yes. Another Ghana goal, another one from a set piece, specifically a corner kick. Looks like it has become a staple in the second round of the qualifiers for the Black Stars under Otto Addo. Clearly, you can tell that it's added a different level of attack to the Black Stars. We spent several months, several weeks complaining about the wastefulness of the Black Stars when it comes to set pieces. We create a lot of chances to get into free kicks free kick positions, and to get into corner kick situations, and we end up having as many as 15, 14 corner kicks and not score even one from them. And since the second round of the qualifiers started, we've been consistently getting goals from corner kicks and free kicks. Our goal against Mali, it came off a set piece. Ghana's goals against Madagascar also came, quite a number of them came from set pieces. And in today's game, 3 goals, 2 have come from set pieces. And so that's a very encouraging performance in that facet of the game.
Isaku finds Antoine Semenyo, who pushes it to the left-hand side to Gideon Mensah. His ball in. Goes all the way to Jordan Ayew, and it's a 4th for the Black Stars. Captain Fantastic Jordan Ayew. A first-time shot finds the bottom corner of the net. The goalkeeper had no chance. His 7th of the World Cup qualifiers. His 4th against the Central African Republic in these qualifiers. Jordan Ayew finds the back of the net. And the Black Stars lead by 4-0. It's not often that we get to see the Black Stars score 4. But yeah, I'm sure the players are relishing this moment.
Oh yeah, they're definitely relishing this moment. And they should rack up as many goals as possible. Because they are there for the taking. Central African Republic, they are there for the taking. And so rack up as many goals as possible. Boost your tally, individual tally. Boost the country's tally as a collective. The Black Stars as a team. And also just boost the confidence of individual players. I'm just hoping a guy like Antoine Semenyo gets to be on the score sheet. That will do his confidence a lot of good. A guy like Fatau Isaaku getting on the score sheet, that will do his confidence a lot of good. Looking at all that he's been through, dealing with injuries these past few months, and so that's what I'm looking out for. But in terms of, and also to maintain the clean sheets, that's what I'm also looking out for. But in terms of the performance, yeah, it has been good from the Black Stars, and they are getting the job done in an emphatic way. It could be more emphatic, knowing that we have 80 more minutes to be played, and so maybe once the substitutes come in, they will bring in more fresh energy, and they'll be a bit more hungry to get in on the scoring act. And so we're looking out to see if there will be 1 or 2 more goals for the Black Stars.
Mohamed Salisu on 21 minutes, Thomas Partey on 52, Alex Jiku on 69, and now Jordan Ayew on 72 as the Black Stars take one step closer to the World Cup next year. Abdul Fattah Issahaku sizes up his man, tries to put a ball across, it's cut out. Now Kudus Mohammed has the ball, turns around his defender, but it's cleared back into the Black Stars' area. Caleb Urenchi passes back to Alex Jiku. Mohamed Salisu has the ball. And do you remember the last time both of Ghana's centre backs found the back of the net?
Let me see. No, I don't remember. I know that's happened before.
It's happened before.
Yeah, but I just can't pinpoint the exact match or the exact tournament or events it took place in.
But it has happened today in a crucial Group I World Cup qualifier. Black Stars are 4-0 up, and they smell blood in the water. As Yao said, the Central African Republic are there for the taking. The Black Stars sense more goals. Kudus Mohammed has the ball in the middle of the pitch, passes back to Kwesi Sibo, who finds Abdul Fattah Issahaku. Thomas Partey passes to Mohamed Salisu, who advances with the ball, tries to play it forward. He does find Abdul Fattah Issahaku on the right with a great ball. His cross is headed out of the box by the Central African Republic. Now it's attack v defense for the Black Stars. Another ball for Abdul Fattah Issahaku, and Kudus Mohammed, who was offside. His first touch ended up with the ball in the goalkeeper's arms, but it wouldn't have counted had he scored anyway, as he was offside. But a wonderful ball from Abdul Fattah Issahaku down the right hand side.
Yeah, good pick out from Abdul Fattah Issahaku. Whipped the ball in with a ton of venom, and it made life a little bit difficult for Mohamed Kudus to control that ball, even with his wonderful technique. But at the end of the day, it was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted if he had scored. But yeah, good show of awareness from Abdul Fattah Issahaku to pick Mohamed Kudus up.
Number of substitutions taking place. Abdul Fattah Issahaku going off. Kamaldeen Suleimana coming on. Thomas Partey is off as well.
Antoine
Semenyo goes off as well.
Yeah, I don't think he will be too happy with his performance, looking at the way he's been playing for AFC Bournemouth this season. And it will add another bit of concern to another game that, he failed to really perform. Then I think this performance from Antoine Semenyo would go down as one of the few wrinkles that we have to think about in terms of how do you best get Antoine Semenyo to perform for the Black Stars the way he does for his club side.
Well, he'll have a game against Comoros where the Black Stars could steal qualification for the World Cup to change people's minds about his international form. But the Black Stars won't mind because they are 4-0 up and cruising in Morocco. The Stade Donner in Meknes.
So Elisha Usu has been introduced into the game. Joseph Painter has been introduced into the game, and
Kamaldeen Suleimana as well
has been introduced into the game. So yeah, you have 2 runners and a defensive midfielder. So you're basically just replicating what has worked so far for the Black Stars. Though I'm not saying Elisha Usu and Thomas Partey are on the same level or play in the same style of football, but at the end of the day, you want to shut off that midfield, and by playing with a 2-man double pivot, that helps out in Kwesi Sibo and Elisha Owusu. That means that you'll be fully concentrating more on the wing play of Joseph Painter and Kamaldeen Suleimana, and moving Mohamed Kudus into the middle that's where you will be heavily relying on your creativity. That yes, you rely on two guys to provide that width for the Black Stars, and Mohamed Kudus being solely in charge or responsible for creating things for Ghana through the middle.
Speaking of runners, Joseph Painsil just went on a run. He was taken down by Kima Beisa. A free kick for the Black Stars, put in by Mohamed Kudus. Might find his way to Jordan Ayew, but it's cleared out for a corner. And as far as permutations go, the Black Stars lead by 4-0 against the Central African Republic. But in the other game, which we are keeping our eyes on, it's Madagascar who have taken a 2-0 lead against Comoros. So they aren't lying down. They've taken a 2-0 lead against Comoros, which means we go into the final group game with everything to play for. And they've even strengthened their chances as a corner comes in for Mohamed Kudus. It's headed out. They've strengthened their chances of being amongst the best runners-up in these qualifiers, who of course will go into a 14 playoff to determine the team that will play in the final intercontinental playoff for a potential 9th place at the World Cup for Africa. But at the start, the Donaire in Meknes is the Black Stars who lead by 4-0. We've played 79 minutes of this game. Kamaldeen Sulemana finds Joseph Painsil, who plays it back to Sulemana. His shot on the angle from the left-hand side inside the box goes over the bar.
So just a quick update on how things stand in the table or in Group I. Ghana leading by 4-0 against Central African Republic. So Ghana has 22 points with a goal difference of plus 15. And Madagascar are leading Comoros 2-0 as we speak. And so what that means is they have 19 points with a goal difference of plus 9. And Mali are also leading Chad 2-0. And what that means, as things stand, and what that means is they have 15 points with a goal difference of plus 8. And so the goal difference between Ghana and Madagascar, that's ranked second in the group, is 6 goals. So Ghana has a goal difference of plus 6, of 15 or plus 15, and Madagascar have a goal difference of plus 9. And so yes, Ghana maintaining a healthy goal difference over Madagascar. And like I said, it could boil down to us or Ghana qualifying to the World Cup based on goal difference, and that's what will be used to determine the country that qualifies from this group if Ghana ends up losing to Comoros in the final World Cup qualifier on Sunday.
A very healthy goal difference for the Black Stars, but Joseph Painsil was hacked down by Fordeaux as he attempted a run down the right-hand side. He's been very much involved so far. Good pass to Jordan Ayew, who finds Mohamed Kudus, who is offside. Would have been a great chance for the Black Stars to score a 5th. And Jordan Ayew knows it. Kudus just started off his run too quickly, and he was caught offside. Still 4-0 for the Black Stars. 81.5 minutes played. In the Ivory Coast, Madagascar lead Comoros by 2-0. Kudus Mohamed and Jordan Ayew share a hug as the former comes off the pitch alongside Mohamed Salisu. The two, of course, combined for Ghana's first. On come Prince Owusu and Jerome Opoku.
That's a good one. I like it for the Ghana Premier League. Prince Owusu, medium player, creative midfielder, getting the chance to play in the World Cup qualifier. That's good. That's good news for the Ghana Premier League. Having two guys in there, Benjamin Asari in goal and Prince Owusu making his debut for the first time that he's getting called up to the Black Stars. Yeah, that's quite a good news or a good story for the Ghana Premier League.
Well, a lot has been said of Prince Owusu. everyone was happy when he was called up to the Black Stars, but because he's clearly a very special player. He's got his first cap for the national team. I'm sure he's buzzing inside. Wants to make an instant impact. A free kick for the Black Stars, almost on the halfway line, as Elisha Owusu is dragged to the ground. 4-0, the Black Stars lead as we inch closer to the final whistle. 7 minutes to play in regular time. Jerome Opoku has the ball and he just nudges it out of play. He and Gideon Mensah not on the same wavelength there. But the life and fight seems to have been beating out of the Central African Republic as they themselves give away a throw-in down Ghana's left-hand side, which Gideon Mensah will take. The changes have certainly disrupted the flow of the game. But the Black Stars won't care. 4-0. Up. And heading, it seems, to a 5th World Cup if they can secure a point against Comoros on Sunday. With Madagascar leading Comoros currently by 2-0. 77 minutes played in that game. It seems unlikely that the Black Stars will secure qualification to the World Cup tonight. But in Accra on Sunday against Comoros, a point will do for Otoado's men. A throw into the Central African Republic on the right hand side, right beside the corner flag. It's thrown into the box where Babula tries to hold off Gideon Mensah. It ends up going out for a corner to the Central African Republic. I'm sure they'd love to secure a compensation, a consolation goal before the game ends. They line up the corner, push a number of players forward. 4-0 down, you think they'd have given up and left a few of the other players behind. But the corner just goes out of play before it comes back in. It's a goal kick to the Black Stars, which Benjamin Nassari will take. The Black Stars are heading for yet another win in these World Cup qualifiers under Otoado. Currently on 22 points if the scores stay the same, and that looks like happening, very likely. 22 points to Madagascar's 19 as things stand. A 3 points difference between the two teams. The Central African Republic, they will stay on 5 points. Just one win in the entire qualifiers against the bottom side, Chad. Well, we're getting some updates from the Ivory Coast, from Abidjan, that Comoros have pulled one back against Madagascar, and the Black Stars, Joseph Painto runs into the box, pulls it across to Kamaldeen Sulemana. 5-star Black Stars, 5-star Otoado. A huge win for the Black Stars. They're heading to the World Cup with one game left, which could seal it. But for now, they are making sure in style. A great attack from the Black Stars. Ball through from Kwesi Sibo, found Joseph Painto, who put it across for Kamaldeen Sulemana, who could not miss and did not miss.
A good cross from Joseph Painto. Great work to begin with. Made sure he put himself in a position where the defender couldn't foul him or risk giving giving away a penalty, and he showed great awareness by squaring that ball to find Kamaldeen at the back post, who made a simple finish to just slot that ball into the net. And so, yeah, very impressive play from the substitutes. Two substitutes combining to give Ghana a 5-0 win, and pretty much, make things safe for Ghana's chances of qualifying to the World Cup, because now Ghana has a goal difference of +16, and fortunately for Ghana, in the other game between Comoros and Madagascar, yes, Comoros have pulled one back, and so as things stand, Madagascar lead Comoros by 2-1, and what that means is that Madagascar's goal difference has whittled down by a goal, and now they have a goal difference of +8, whereas Ghana has a goal difference of +16, and so that's 8 goals difference. And look, realistically, you don't see Ghana losing 8-0 to Comoros in Accra, and knowing very well that Madagascar will be playing against Mali in their final game in the qualifiers on Sunday, and they will be playing away from home. They will be playing in Mali, and so the chances are that they don't end up winning that game, and the chances are that Ghana doesn't end up losing as many as 8 goals against Comoros on Sunday. So pretty much Ghana coasting to the 2026 FIFA World Cup in United States of America, Mexico, and Canada.
But in the immediate term, if Comoros can't find a goal from somewhere, it could seal the Black Stars' place at the next World Cup. So we'll keep an eye on that game in Abidjan between Madagascar and Comoros, because one more goal, an equalizer for Comoros, and the Black Stars will be heading to the World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico a few days early.
And Comoros are giving it a good go. They are giving it a good go. They are not lying down at all for Madagascar, despite the fact that odds are stuck against them for them to even finish in the second place and put themselves in position to be one of the teams that will play in that playoff for the non-automatic spots from Africa to the World Cup. And so I love the competitive edge that Comoros have come into this game with, and I also love seeing Kamaldeen finally getting on the score sheet and capping off a very good run of form that he has shown for his club, and now that he's showing for his country. Took a lot of flack for what he did in the past window, particularly in that game against Mali. So I'm happy for him.
Well, we played 90.5 minutes in Morocco. 3 minutes have been added on. The Black Stars just passing their way to victory in Morocco. But in Abidjan, in a rainy Abidjan,
it's pouring, absolutely pouring.
It's melting down.
Yeah, it's been pouring for several minutes. I think since like the 10th minute in the first half, it has absolutely been pouring. And my goodness, it's a good thing the facility is in a good shape and has been able to hold up against this heavy downpour. Other than that, it could have easily led to this game being called off.
Comoros have become familiar foes to the Black Stars, but tonight they could become heroes if they can find a goal from somewhere and equalize in that game. But the Black Stars have a chance to attack. Ball into the box, goes out to Kamaldeen Sulemana on the left hand side. He almost lost it, but finds a toe poke to Gideon Mensah. Kwesi Sibot to Kamaldeen Sulemana, back to Gideon Mensah, who loses out to the Central African Republic attacker. Now they come forward to Jeffet, whose pass doesn't go through, and he goes out all the way out for throwing to the Black Stars on the right hand side.
I'm reading some of the comments that have popped up on our live feed on YouTube. And Charles Kwame says AI coach Otoado. AI coach Otoado. I mean, Otoado's not an AI coach.
But Otoado would say he deserves some credit for the Black Stars' form recently, including this game. They've now scored 22 goals in the qualifiers. They've scored 22 goals in the qualifiers and have only conceded 6.
Yes.
In 8 matches.
And they shouldn't have considered one of those goals. That
now
goal
9
against Chad.
matches.
That goal against Chad.
That goal against Chad.
That goal against Chad.
Which, by the way, had they not conceded, we'd be talking out about the Black Stars qualifying for the World Cup tonight.
Yeah, officially qualifying to the World Cup tonight. So you see how things go. That's why you shouldn't let any game slip. You shouldn't let any game slip. You should, as much as possible, try to get the maximum points any way, anyhow you can.
Full time in the Stade Donnais. It's a 5-star Black Stars game tonight. Delayed but not denied. The Black Stars might have to wait 4 more days, but World Cup qualification has never seemed nearer. A party awaits in Accra at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday as Comoros become the final hurdle if they can't find an equalizer tonight, as they have been before for the Black Stars, but this time a place at the most prestigious international tournament is the motivation, and the Black Stars cannot afford to throw that away. It finishes at the Stade Donnais in Meknes in Morocco. The Central African Republic 0, the Black Stars of Ghana 5. We are out.
And so at the end of 90 minutes of action in the World Cup qualifier, Ghana's Black Stars beat the Central African Republic by 5-0. Emphatic result there for the Black Stars. 1 foot essentially in the World Cup, making the work back home in Accra a lot easier. Lots of players getting on the goal scoring action. Alexander Jiku and Mohamed Salisu, Jordan Ayew and Kamaldeen Sulemana, and then Thomas Partey as well getting on the score sheet. So 5 different goal scorers. Otoado must be a proud man. One of the trends I've noticed is how the Black Stars have scored consistently from corner kicks in this particular qualifying series. Some positive there. 0549-986-996, 0549-986-996. Let me take concluding thoughts from Yao Jemita. I will get some thoughts from Manuel Kwache, and we'll see if we can activate the phone lines as well. Yao, emphatic result for the Black Stars. I haven't seen a result like this from Ghana in quite a while.
Yes.
Clearly, Otto has he has answered some of his critics. He has taken some of the weight off his shoulders.
Oh yes, indeed, he has taken a lot of weight off his shoulders. But I don't know if he's answered a lot of his critics, because at the end of the day, critics will point to the level of quality that he had to play against. His team was rarely tested, and so yes, you have to beat what's in front of you. He got it done, but he has been doing that since he returned to Ghana, particularly in the World Cup qualifiers. But still, it's not enough, and it's because people are watching the game, and they've watched the game, and they can tell that, okay, yes, you got the result, but it's clear that the performance wasn't great. And on top of that, you look at the opposition, it hasn't necessarily been the greatest. And so if you look at all of those factors, you just cannot ignore them. And so that plays into the reason why there's always a little bit of an asterisk beside Otuado in terms of, is he the right guy to lead Ghana to the World Cup? Despite the fact that
I'm about to go there, because you see, it's always, we are human beings. We wanted to get the hurdle of at least going to the World Cup, out of the way first. Now it looks like it's almost
what, 8 goal difference?
Yeah, ahead on head to head against Madagascar as well. So it's almost like it will happen. Now the conversation will move to if Otuado is the guy who should be taking Ghana to the World Cup. Now, we're also keeping an eye on the Comoros-Madagascar game. I think they have 5 minutes to play. No, they have 3 minutes to play. So look at that. It's
waterlogged pitch.
Wow. You can literally take a bath on that pitch right now as it stands.
Yeah, because it's been raining heavily. Look, if this was the Accra Sports Stadium, this game would have been called off a long time ago and postponed to another day. But the facility in Ivory Coast, in Abidjan, has held up.
Which one is
fairly
this?
well.
Which stadium is this?
Yes, yes, has held up fairly well, because it has been raining heavily. That downpour has been intense, and so seeing this after almost an hour or a little over an hour, I'm not too surprised. But I think the game is way too far ahead to be called off, or to say that it has been, or to be ruled that it has been rained off. And so I think they will see it out. And Madagascar in terms of the qualification for Ghana to the World Cup. But in reality, academic wise, we've not qualified. But in reality, more or less, we've qualified, because yes, Ghana has a goal difference of +8 over Madagascar, and on top of that, Madagascar will be traveling all the way to Mali to play against Mali, and so I definitely don't see them beating Mali in Bamako. And so more or less, Ghana is home and dry. And you can start. That's why your question is valid. Like, is Otuado the right guy? You know my stance already.
I literally breezed through the qualifiers.
Yes, he has delivered an excellent round of qualifiers. And look, like I mentioned to Edwin while we're having the commentary, that the second part has even been more impressive. Looking at the fact that the corner kicks, the efficiency from the set pieces, it has been impressive. That back in the day, Ghana would have about 10 corner kicks and not create one and not score one from those chances. But now you look at Ghana's game against Madagascar. Yes, Ghana got a couple of goals from set pieces. This game, Ghana got a couple of goals from set pieces. In the game against Mali, Ghana got a goal from a set piece. And so that has been a turning point in how the Black Stars have operated ever since the second round of the qualifiers commenced. So for me...
Wait, what's going on there? Is that the Malagasy goalkeeper? Yeah. He's been sent off.
No, Comoros.
Okay, the Comoros. Because I was a little confused there.
Yeah, because he handled the ball outside the box, way outside the box, and so that's definitely a straight record. And so I don't think it changes anything regards to the outcome of this game. And so look, the Black Stars, more or less, they've qualified to the World Cup. But the big question will be, should Otuado stay as the Black Stars head coach, knowing very well that there wouldn't be a chance for Ghana to really have a good look at him ahead of the World Cup, because Ghana wouldn't be at the AFCON. And so Ghana would have to play a couple of friendly games in the November window, and that will be pretty much it. up until March next year, when there will be another set of friendly games before the World Cup itself. And I don't think that will be enough time to be able to have a good feel about what he's done so well or what he looks to improve on and what he lacks. And so, yeah, it's still up in there. But you know my position. I think looking at the quality of this team, with the potential of even adding more, knowing very well that Abdul Momen is still out injured, Tariq Lamptey is still out injured. There's this chap that also is also out injured.
Will this guy ever see playing time again? Daniel Kofi?
That's true. Iñaki Williams could also come back, and so all of these guys are around and could add up to the talents that we have. And when I look at managing this collection of elite talent, I don't see Otuado as the guy. And so for me, I would if they replace him, I'm okay with it. If they replace him, I'm okay with it. But if they don't replace him, I'll be a bit uncomfortable. And
he took us to the last World Cup.
Yes, and have serious doubts about Ghana's chances of going beyond the group stage in the World Cup, because merely participating, we've done it several times. But
we've gone beyond that.
When
especially we tasted quarterfinals, we knew we're supposed to build on it.
Especially with this collection of talent. Yes, Ghana deserves to go beyond the group stage at the World Cup. And there's also the bit that because it has been expanded, the quality of opposition will be a bit diluted. And so, if you are playing against teams like Uzbekistan and company, you should be able to qualify.
Uzbekistan say very big thank you to you.
You should be able
for calling them.
You should be able to qualify beyond the group stage. And when I look at how things are shaping, am I comfortable with Odoado being the guy to do that? I would be lying if I said I am comfortable with it. And so if they replace him, I'll be all for it. If they don't replace him, I'll be okay with it, but I'll have serious concerns.
Let me take Edwin's final thoughts on all of this. I mean, just continue from that Otoado to the World Cup bit. Like I said, it might sound premature, but with one leg in the World Cup, that's really where we are now. Is he the guy to take us there based on how he has performed? We know he performed poorly in the AFCON qualifiers, but it's been night and day in between those two qualifying series.
Look, I've shared my thoughts on Otoado pretty widely. I feel that per the quality we have in the Black Stars, we need a better coach who will be able to put them together. We can't waste these years where the boys are at their peak or near their peak with a manager who can't get the best out of them consistently at national team level. And that's what Otoado has proven himself to be. I have nothing against him, but I don't think he's cut out for this level. Fortunately for him, he has players who are quality enough to get him through his tactical deficiencies and get him to win these games. When the players are not playing well, that's when you need your manager to set your team up in a way where they can create chances and win. Unfortunately, we saw that when the players weren't playing well, he couldn't step up and we failed to make the AFCON. We've made it to the World Cup. And I think with between now and the time when the World Cup starts, there's not enough time and not enough games to get in another manager or another head coach who will start over, get these players together and get them playing. Because, as Yao said, only a few opportunities to play friendly matches. And when is the manager going to get those players back together, get them in camp, get them playing the way he wants in time for the World Cup? So, as it stands, Otoado has to go to the World Cup if we are to stand any chance of succeeding. And I don't think we are going to win it, but to give ourselves the best chance, we need a manager who's been there, who knows the players, and who has had enough time to see a particular squad that he wants to go with. And we've seen in the last couple of games, he's barely made any changes. Like today, for instance, the only change he made was taking out Jonas Ajete and bringing in Fatau Isaaku. And you can tell that he's settled with what team he wants to go with going forward. With everyone fit, this is probably the team that he'll go with. Maybe bar a couple of changes maybe if we get a better midfielder than Kwesi Sebo, and he so far has been decent. Nothing special, but very decent.
Straight to the point.
For somebody who has now played, 2 games for the Black Stars. So I think he's pretty settled in his team. And one thing that helps team is continuity.
Yeah.
So if he stays in the job going to the World Cup, it gives us the best chance to succeed, and that's what I've always called for. Give your team the best chance of success. Overall, it's not Otoado if we want to succeed going forward, and by succeeding going forward, I mean winning the AFCON, because this is a team that should be winning the AFCON.
We have the most informed team on the continent.
If we had qualified for the AFCON, I would have said we are favorites to win it, because you can't tell me you have a forward line of Jordan Ayew, Kudus Mohammed, and Antoine Semenyo, with backups of Kamaldeen Sulemana, Abdul Fattah Isaaku, Iñaki Williams, and say you can't compete.
Easily the best offense on the continent.
You look in midfield, and there's a wealth of talent. Apart from Thomas Partey, there's so many players who can fit in. We've not been able to find the right mix, but that doesn't mean that they are not quality. And then you go back, which is our major problem, by the way. We've still been able to concede only 6 goals in these qualifiers and kept, I think, 5 clean sheets now. So it tells us that if we are good going forward, if we take attention away from the defense, we can actually keep the goals that we concede to a minimum. So I feel that Otoado has to go to the World Cup as it stands, because it's our best chance, but he also needs to improve tactically. Maybe if we can get someone who a potential replacement in as help for him going forward, he takes charge of the World Cup. That potential replacement has a chance to study the squad ahead of the next AFCON, and then comes in after Otoado is gone, and then takes charge, qualifies us for the next AFCON, and then takes over.
That's my bit. That's my bit, and that's why I say he needs to be replaced, because why do you need so much help before you can get things done?
It's not help necessarily. It's someone to just observe with the.
He has Winfred Schaefer though.
I'm saying
we are not going to put Winfred Schaefer in charge.
No, I'm saying
someone who can take
over.
That,
look at the night and day contracts and difference in the first round of the qualifiers and the second round of the qualifiers under Otoado. We look to have been an improved side when it comes to our efficiency from set pieces, something that we sitting afar have said over and over again, and it got to the point where the Black Stars started improving in that area after Desmond Ofer was added, after Winfred Schaefer was also added to the team. And so if I just sit back and look at things critically, that this was so easy to spot, but you needed so much time and so much help from others to be able to solve just this one particular issue.
There's a lot of holding his hand.
Yes, there's just way too little time and way too much at stake for you to be dragging your feet, or for you to be slow to react to swift changes that needed to be made, which were so obvious. That for me is one reason. And secondly, you made a point about us winning the AFCON, particularly looking at the collection of talent that we have. The next AFCON, do you see Otoado leading Ghana to win the next AFCON? I don't. That's why I say he needs to go.
You mean he's done his job as far as qualifying us to the World Cup?
World Cup,
he needs to hand over the baton.
Yeah, I honestly believe
that just sounds very cruel, but sometimes that's what happens. Some players play in qualifiers, they don't get to go to the main competition. So
because even Otoado, how did he even play in Ghana's first World Cup? He did not participate in the qualifiers. He did not participate in the qualifiers. It was Dombote, William Thierry, and co. They participated in the qualifiers. They played in the games. We qualified to the World Cup, and Otoado came in later and was part of the team. And so, it happens. So if he's led Ghana to qualify to the World Cup and he gets replaced, there's nothing wrong. As long as he gets compensated for his efforts, I don't see any problem with it.
Let's talk about a few individual performances. Let me bring Abeku into this quickly. Talk to me about Benjamin Asare. So he still seems to divide opinion regardless of how well he's done in the qualifiers. Some say he's done well because our opponents have just not been up to it when it comes to being good offensively. Some too say that, well, you deal with what comes your way. What are your thoughts on Asare, these qualifying games, and what do you think the future holds for him as far as probably being number one when we eventually are at the World Cup?
I like your last point. Look, he's done it. He's the guy who's before you, or the guy who's playing against you. He has done it in the Ghana Premier League. You check the current stats in the Ghana Premier League. He's had clean sheets in the Ghana Premier League. He does it again. This is a 5-star performance, regardless of the opposition. I mean, look, this is a World Cup qualifier. It's a World Cup qualifying game, and you certain times I am one of those who believe that there are certain goalkeepers you put in your post. They have this special luck that they are not even clear-cut chances for opposition team to be shooting and to be testing the goalkeeper at large. I feel, well, Central African Republic is not a huge opponent you would describe, but he's gotten that luck. Look at the number of times he's been in post.
But will you get that type of luck in the World Cup? You're going to play the best of the best.
Well, you never know. But he's made, he's gotten a good anticipation as well. In post as a goalkeeper. I speak to somebody who is close to him, and the person tells me that, look, he's a good goalkeeper. That he didn't just get opportunity early in his footballing career. So, I mean, this is his time. And, Van der Sar was 40 and he was, but one would say that he's been in there at the top level for a minute. This is his chance. He reverenced this as one of the best opportunities he could get as a local player. That's the consistency in the World Cup qualifiers. I feel we should take him to the World Cup. He is a self-motivated guy. He's settling in with the defense that we are trying to build now in Salisu, Jiku in there, and the guys on the other side. So it sits well for us as a country that would use him as, look, when he gets to the World Cup, it's not only Benjamin Asare who's benefiting. Accra as a folk had an opportunity to have Bania with the team for the World Cup, and they got some cool cash.
There are people who have a problem with that situation too today, even though it had its positive sides. But let me throw that same question to Edwin and then to you. What have you made of Asare's run in the team? Like I said, local goalkeeper. Typically, local players don't get a chance, but he's gotten his chance and he's taken it.
He has, and look, he may not be the most well-known goalkeeper internationally. He may not be the best goalkeeper internationally. But the way he's taken to the Black Stars and the way he's just fits into the team has impressed me quite a bit. Some might say, obviously, he's not faced the best teams in the world, and that might be a step up for him. But he hasn't made errors that you would expect from a goalkeeper who has been put into something that, and he's out of his depth. So he's shown that he has the potential to fit into a World Cup team.
You were careful not to choose quality or something.
I'm saying potential because, as I've said, we've not seen him against
top level opposition.
Level opposition.
The one time we saw him, we considered twice against Nigeria at the Unity Cup.
That's fine, but Unity Cup, I want to see him
in a competitive game.
Yes, in a competitive game against a top quality side. So right now he's nailed the starting spots. You can't discount the clean sheets. I know he's not solely responsible for clean sheets. The defense is responsible. Some might even say the midfield is responsible as well. But anytime the ball has come to him, I've not felt scared that he's going to cost the team a goal. He's going to do something silly. If the ball is in the air...
Well, you saw his dribbling skills in the 42nd minute, right?
Nearly cost us some trouble. Nearly cost us some trouble.
He's actually done it a couple of times. So if you see it again, you might say, okay, you are used to him being in such positions. If the ball is in the air, I am pretty confident he's going to get a hand on it. He's going to catch it. He seems to have the confidence of his defenders, and that does it for me. I feel that if you've played,
that's actually very important.
Yeah, if you've played in a team with such senior experienced players and they still seem confident enough to give you the ball constantly when they are in trouble, I feel that he's earned a bit some reputation that deserves to stay in the team. So while Atizigi, I feel for him because yeah, this could have been a World Cup year for him.
Yep.
I just feel that Benjamin Sarri has done well enough.
To
Unless he
him.
makes some terrible errors in the next few games, he's done it enough to be number one for the World Cup.
We all know how Ghana is. You'll be surprised that in the next couple of games leading to the World Cup, some very bizarre things will happen, and all of a sudden the tables will flip again. But I share a lot of your sentiments. Look, while Asare might not be the most fancied and all of that, doesn't have a very big reputation, no, he's really carried himself very, very well. And I've watched a lot of local players attempt to mingle with the Black Stars, and a lot of times blending into that core group is very hard for them. But Asare has like basically taken to this like
they call
very
him Shatta in camp.
You know, he has taken to this like a duck to water. So I say that alone is big props for him. It's very easy to be intimidated among these guys who play in Europe. You play with Accra Hearts of Folk. So big shout outs to Benjamin Asare. He has definitely held his own in there. I'll take a few more thoughts. Let me read some messages. Lambert in Dodoa says, Ben, there are goalkeepers whose spirits don't call balls to them. They are just lucky, and the few balls that come to them, they save them. Charlie Ghana, we have some conspiracy theories. So me, some goalkeeper spirit called like this. The guy's spirit calls the ball. Yeah, like your spirit attracts balls. Wow. Anyway, somebody made that statement about
Atiziki. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Balls.
I don't think it's about spirit. I think it's about the whole approach, your temperament. And that's the one thing that I have my doubts about Benjamin Asare in terms of the quality of opposition that he faces in Ghana and the quality of opposition that we face so far in the World Cup qualifiers. But you can't take that thing away from him, that the fact that you've been able to mingle with these guys who have some level of high ego, and you've come in and you've been able to court the confidence from these guys who are playing with top level players outside Ghana, in Europe, in some of the best leagues in Europe. That shows that you have that it factor about you.
Facts.
And it goes a long way. Even if you don't have the most polished of skill sets as a goalkeeper or as a player, once you have that it factor about you, there's something about you that draws people towards you and makes you likable. And because you are likable, there's that confidence around you that makes you fit perfectly in with the team. And so because he has those intangibles, once he's able to do the basics, it's just more than enough for him to be able to stick around with this team and start ahead of Atiziki.
And to be honest, that's all he's done. The basics so far since he's been with the team. Area lawyer from Dakom and Kokompe says, good evening, nice commentary. Jordan, what a performance for the Black Stars. Bournemouth got Semenyo and they gave us Alavanyo. What are you saying? What's going on?
Don't do this.
Like, what's going on in that message? Charlie, guys. Ben 10 Inside Techiba says, I wish the Black Stars the best of luck. Well, today they didn't need a lot of luck. They were pretty good on the day. This one says, in fact, this is the first time in so many games seeing the Black Stars dominating a game after leading. In fact, I haven't seen the Black Stars dominate 90 minutes before. It's rare. Typically, like I say, you get either 45 minutes in the first half and then they'll sleep in the second half, or they'll sleep in the first half and try and up their game in the second half. Today, I think it was a more balanced performance across board. Let me take a few more thoughts. Let me come to you again this time, Edwin. What do you expect that last game down here to look like in terms of scenarios, personnel deployed, even attendance from fans and all of that? What kind of game are you looking at?
Look, I expect a wonderful atmosphere at the Accra Sports Stadium. I think people will realize, if they haven't now, maybe in the coming days, that the Black Stars have basically secured qualification for the World Cup, and they want to be part of that party. They want to see the players. They want to celebrate with the players. And the best chance of that is on Sunday at the Accra Sports Stadium. So I expect a lot of people to turn up. And I expect the players to play a little freer. Once it sinks in that unless there's a huge turnaround in the Morocco, the Madagascar-Mali match, they are going to qualify. Once it sinks in, they can play a little freer from the start. And I always feel that players play better when there's pressure off them. A lot of players, the average players,
in fact,
they play better when the pressure is off them. some special players who play better when they have a lot of pressure on them. But if you look at the average players, and in my opinion, our players fit the bill of the average players in the world, they are going to perform even better with not too much pressure on them. So I expect to see better football than we saw in that first half. I thought the first half, the passing was labored. They struggled to get into very good positions. And even when they did, the last pass was not great. I expect that to improve in this game. I expect players like Antoine Semenyo to play better, because he showed glimpses of what he's been giving for Bournemouth. Not entirely, and him not getting a goal.
I didn't enjoy the performance like that. It was like he was trying hard.
He was
and
running.
That's the thing about Semenyo. He always try hard.
Yes.
Still looks lost. I think that's problematic, that we cannot. I think for now he's our most productive player, and it's problematic that we cannot seem to incorporate him integrally into our game.
It is, and we need to fix that before the World Cup. If we are to stand any chance of progressing in that World Cup, Semenyo, Kudus, Jordan Ayew, Thomas Partey are going to be crucial to that. And I like the fact that Joseph Painter was given time, and he actually showed what he could do. We've not seen enough from Joseph Painter, not his faults, because he's not giving the opportunity to do that.
True.
But the moment he got onto the pitch, we saw him taking on the left back consistently
and laying off the ball.
I
hope a lot more people will lay off the ball when they're in the position. I'm just saying.
I hope a certain person who scored today has taken notice of the pass that was.
I like the message you are spreading, because if it was that person with that opportunity, we would not have seen that layoff shot. We would have seen an attempt at goal from an acute angle. So hopefully they will all learn from what he's done. Just finish up.
Exactly. So on Sunday, even if you aren't planning to go, I implore you to go and support the Black Stars, because we are celebrating qualification for the World Cup. Whatever has happened under Otto and over the last year or two, forget about it for just these 5 days. Just celebrate with the team, because they need that encouragement going into the World Cup. It's important that they see that Ghanaians still supports them, and it's important that they have that belief going into Canada, USA, and Mexico. And I'm sure Coach is very happy by now that we are going to those countries.
You should pray that we can end up in the United States, because I'm just telling somebody that I don't know the parameters that will be used in like spreading the nation. I'm sure it will be depend on the groups.
It will
depend on what group you get placed in. So it was just very interesting. Let me just take your final thoughts, and then we can wrap this up.
Yes. Look, Ghana has all but qualified to the World Cup. Very good performance delivered today against Central African Republic. But it's not, the big conversation is not about what we've done so far. It's not about qualifying to the World Cup. I think that has been in the works for a while. Ever since Ghana reached 15 points, and the others were quite trailing further behind. The biggest conversation, or the bigger conversation, has to do with what should be done between now and the World Cup to ensure that Ghana does not just go there to participate, but Ghana goes there to deliver a major result, and potentially either go to the quarterfinal, or potentially even improve on that mark and match Morocco's feat of being an African team to make it to the semi-finals. And the potential is there, the quality is there. Looking at the way the format has been arranged or changed at the World Cup, the chances there, the odds have been lessened in terms of an African team being able to do what Morocco did. It has been lessened, and so there's every opportunity for Ghana to be able to excel at the World Cup. Now that we've all but qualified, but things have to change. A few things have to be improved on, and for us to be able to have a team that is complementary or has complementary quality, and be solid all round with enough depth to be able to compete at the highest level. And that's what I'll be looking out to see what could be done from now till the time that the World Cup starts, and that will be the interesting thing I'll be looking out for.
Let me take Abeku's final thoughts.
I'm looking at Otoado improving his tactical, approach to games. This is going to be an expanded one, like you highlighted, and we are going to meet certain funny countries who are not really football-known countries, and it would help Otoado himself to start learning now, because what we all saw today, like you indicate, there was not a beautiful, high pressing passing game. You want to
opponents who were easy, and we took advantage.
So he has the numbers. When you check the number of games he's been with this team as a coach, you could put that to about 84.1% win rate. He's been excellent, and the players have. I'm again, looking to see Jordan Ayew wrap up match day 10 with about, if not 10 goals, nine goals, and maybe 9 assists in contribution, because he's already done 7 in terms of goals from 9 games, and it's impressive how these boys have done this whole have what they've done in this whole competition. So I'm looking at Ghana going into the World Cup and getting out of the group stage and painting a picture, establishing its dominance, like what the world knows as Black Stars of Ghana. And we have, like we say, we have very good players from defense to attack. Look,
just put it all together.
And let's put it all together and make sure we have fun at the World Cup. This is the USA, Mexico, and Canada.
I know that when people say this is the USA, Mexico, and Canada, they really want to say this is the USA World Cup, but it's all good. Thank you very much, Abeku. Let me read a few more messages to close it out. Neat Tojo from Tema Newtown says kudos to the Black Stars. Kwejo says was United watching Kwesi Sibo? I think January is just around the corner. Hey, United, don't do this. Abdul in the US, he says, hi guys, did the pitch have some influence in terms of performance? Well, they scored 5 goals. I don't know what you're complaining about. You play in Accra and Kumasi. You can't complain about these pitches, man. Shout outs to my good friend.
I want to say I have a birthday message.
Oh, quick.
I want to,
Let me do a quick shout out to my good friend Elike Makaba. Disappointed Real Madrid fan these days. Watches the Black Stars a lot too. Hoping to be at the last game at the Accra Sports Stadium. Just a quick birthday shout before we go. Quick one.
Strangely, I'm not even.
You can't even find a birthday shout. Your time is up. That is it for us here in the studio. Thank you very much, guys, for doing the listening. Maybe after we go, Abeku will find his birthday shout. But thanks to Edwin Kwakofi and Yao Jamita for commentary.
I found it.
And also Manuel Kwache. For helping us with analysis. Please do this birthday shout real quick.
So happy birthday to Kenneth Osei Kweku Nyama. He's 50 years old now, a good friend from Genesee Nyama and Giselle Nyama. They say happy birthday. That's the children, they're saying happy birthday to daddy. And a big shout out to Muhammad Ali, not the fighter. He's the marketing head at ADB. Yeah. Hard guy. Muhammad Ali, hard guy. And to the MD himself, Edward Atusapom, big man, agricultural development back. Ben,
nice one. Ben, thank you very much, Bernard Abekoatre. Meanwhile, the Madagascar game ended 2-1. Madagascar managed to win their game against Comoros. So they are heading into the final game week with the chance of making it to the World Cup if a miracle does indeed happen. I am Benjamin Nketi. It has been fun hanging out with you. Keep your dial right here on 97.3. Keep doing the listening. We're out.